What do we do?
Hello and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. Will has vacated the building and left us in charge, which is great because we are ne'er-do-wells. I'm going to hand over to Jim, who is our Dungeon Master tonight for this Warhammer Fantasy RPG.
Alright, nobody saw this, so it's all good. Wait, magic. The magic of television is about to happen, ladies and gentlemen. And for the very first time, we're about to play some Warhammer. Hello everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will Jones, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm the best. And we are back for another episode of Warhammer, The Great Conspiracy. And we are going to have some fun. So let's do it. Let's go around a cast and crew. And man, I spilled coffee on my run in here, like everywhere. So I'm going to deal with that. Well, Jim Davis talks. Jim Davis, how's it going, my friend?
It's going great. It's going great. I'm excited for PAX that's coming up, and a bit distracted, but otherwise, it's a good day to game, and looking to see what happens next as our conspiracy unravels due to the players here in It's Always Sunny in Middenheim.
It's certainly unraveling. Unraveling is the word I would use. Fantastic. Well, we have Charlie back with us tonight. Charlie, how's it going today?
It is going well. I am packed. I am ready to go to PAX this weekend. But more importantly, I heard the body count for Call of Cthulhu was 4/5, so at least I know what my target is for today, as we make our way to Jerry's safe house, having narrowly escaped with our lives last week.
Oh shit, yeah, we're going to my safe house. I hope I have one. That's good.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Well, we've got Cherry back with us. Cherry, how's it going today?
Yeah. I am very happy to be home from Florida and back here with you guys and packing for another trip, but I should be here this week and next week, so I'm excited about that.
Fantastic stuff. Of course, we got Jonathan Pruitt back with us tonight for another time for some Warhammer. How's it going, Pruitt?
That's right. I'm here playing Van Ferris, everybody's favorite forever senior in college. He finally got to break out a senior project, the Iron Barbarian, and so we'll see if Jerry actually has a safe house and if he has a safe place to put my my mechanical masterpiece. I can't wait to see if we find out.
Great stuff. And last and most least, we have Gareth back with us tonight.
I'm just
Gareth.
sadly sitting here while everyone's talking about how awesome and all these cool things are going on doing. I'll go to Asda at the weekend to do some shopping, eat some shower gel. You know, antiperspirant.
I need some shower gel.
I'm going to be playing York. He is a human witch. He has gone through some changes. He has lost some hands. He's gained some hands. You know, average kind of roleplay stuff.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. I will be playing Jerry. He bricked a woman to death and ate her last episode. And he's really on a
magnanimous dispensation.
And Wobbin, thank you so much for that donation. We get to read that here in a second. Well, as you guys know, you can, of course, interact with today's show, as Wobbin is showing right now with the donations. Wobbin is £50, says, it's been a while, and this is to say hi, how Wobbit used to. Appreciate it, Wobbit. Appreciate it, my friend. No, work has been busy, but thanks so much for that donation. If you want to let something happen, then just whisper me there on the Twitch arenas. The donate button is there for you guys. And of course, here is the tweet button as well. 20 retweets. You guys get to decide something which happens next in our gamers. Sigmarite, known as Wobbit, blesses us once again with his presence. As per usual, you can check out the sponsors, fantasygrounds.com, sponsor the show. Check it out. It's a great virtual tabletop rather, where you can play your own games of Warhammer at home. whalengames.co.uk for up to 20% off Warhammer minis and the like. And tabletoploot.com give away a set of dice at the end of each game. Congrats to Nachessa, won last episode's giveaway, and there'll be one at the end of this one as well. Wobbit forgot to say 2 wild magic surges per person. Oops. Well, we'll get to rolling that right now, my friend. Don't you worry. But I will hand over to Jim fucking Davis, son, to remind us of what happened last week on the show and to take us into tonight's episode of The Great Conspiracy.
Yes, so what happened last week was the party found out that they had been feeding information to a Skaven conspirator who brought in a kill team, as it were, of Clan Eshin Night Runners, and decided to just be done with the whole thing. This pesky party needs to be dealt with, and attempted to recruit some of the party and eliminate the rest of them, although our friendly neighborhood dwarven student popped things off by shooting the warp stone and thereby setting off a cascade of events that saw the party fleeing from the Guild of Wizards and Alchemists with the Skaven hot on their tails, figuratively in this case. So at the end of this escapade in which Jerry has eaten the journeyman metal mage Ernesta, and
as is tradition.
As is tradition, and in which I believe Molly finally was able to set something on fire with liquor that she spewed from her mouth. We are now racing through the streets of Middenheim at night, on your way to Jerry's safe house. And I would like to start with two things. I'd like to start with Wobbit's Wild Magic Surges. Welcome back, Wobbit, and then have the party tell me how their characters made it to Jerry's safe house.
Okay.
Maybe something they saw around the world.
All right, so let's go through these Wild Magic Surges as they came in. So York has an immediate 50... Oh, shit. Wow, okay. York has an immediate 50-50 chance to die or become a demigod.
Wow.
Those are some fucking odds.
We'll get to that one.
Get to that one it is.
Let's see what his next one is. 1575. Holy shit, Wobbit is really back. York steps into a snare and is hoisted into a high tree.
Oh,
that's
nice. Okay.
fucking brilliant when we're running away from people that are going to kill us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You're literally
perfect.
gonna become that tarot card where it's the guy hanging from his foot upside
The
down, and it's like
hanged man.
death and the hanged man.
Yeah. That's a good
Hold
idea.
on, give me a second.
Alright.
That's why the Wild Magic Surges are crazy in Warhammer. Jerry rolled, after each spell, Jerry's face looks 50 years older.
Okay.
Maybe after I eat people, I look older.
Yeah.
That could be one.
Like the anti-vampire.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's not looking really old. And then when I next spill... What? When I next spill blood, I suffer cannibalistic urges. That's so perfect.
Oh.
You've had that
Indeed,
before.
10,000. That's amazing. Oh, wow. Okay, fuck. There's some magic in these surges. Van Ferriton. The next door, opened by Van, leads to a courtyard with no doors.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
And
I love those.
That's an engineering
Favorite
problem
type.
right there.
yeah. Also, Van asserts that his clothing is trying to kill him.
Nice.
I only work in the Iron Bear naked. I have to feel
Why
it.
is it trying to kill me? Okay, if
Just these clothes are always my clothes.
Yeah.
I'll just run around naked. I don't.
if Mel is
The
wearing
next-
a magic ring, sorry, if Mel is wearing a magic ring, she is imprisoned far, far away. Oh, don't put on any magic rings.
I don't think that I don't think anything that you found is a magic ring. Okay.
But
No.
during battle, Mel's clothes appear to burst into flame.
My clothes are trying to do to me.
Don't stand too close to Molly.
Mhm.
And
They
Molly rolls.
only appear, huh?
Oh my god, Molly. Molly is suspected of having trafficked with demons in a church.
Probably
That's
true.
not too surprising.
A likely
Jeez.
story.
that
Along
what
with
we're
those
calling it
rumors
these
about the
days?
Duke's horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all coming out now. And then second one is that Molly forgets how to walk, but not how to run. You are Liam Neeson's daughter in Taken. She only runs everywhere. There's no walk function.
You know what it is worse? The toddlers who feel like they have to have momentum to keep going, so they just keep going.
Yep, that's
If I
Have
start
to,
to
like, rev
fall,
up.
A Doctor Who episode with everybody just running everywhere.
So those are our wild magic surges, Jim.
All right. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how this one with York plays out.
Can I just point out, everyone got like, oh yeah, we're kind of naked. We get a bit hungry now and then when we kill someone. I get a 50% chance if I just fucking die. Can we play the die?
I tell you why this is. It's because Wobbit is Sigma and he has found you unworthy. Or perhaps he will find you worthy. But you will be weighed.
Sigma
You will
and
be
see my
measured.
internet history. So if we get the death option, can I just spin it a little bit so I die this session?
Yeah,
I'm happy to go through it, but like just fucking. It's just otherwise it's just me sat here for fucking 3 hours looking at.
No, that's fine. Yeah, because otherwise it's just like
Magnanimous dispensation.
You know what it'll be like? It'll be like when Hope died, and it'll be like, oh, you died like 4 rounds ago. I just forgot to tell you.
Right.
Oh my god. Okay,
Just
so
spend a fate point so you don't actually die. There you go.
No, I'm feeling lucky.
here's something else, just to spice things up a little bit from Wobbit. Another £50 donation. Holy shit, thank you so much, dude. Mel gets a magic ring and feels tempted to put it on when she is by herself and may need to pass a skill roll to see if she does. And of course, reminder, the wild magic is if she fails.
What happens when I put the ring on again? I can't remember. I didn't write
You
it
are
down.
imprisoned far, far away.
Okay, this will be fun.
So
The magic ring that you only want to put on when you're by yourself. Mm-hmm.
So the elf gets to pretend to be
Frodo.
the hobbit. I got it. Yeah.
All right, so when you do, that'll be a full test. All right.
Every time we see Dust, it's just
Yeah. Where'd you get that ring?
Edge in that ring.
All right. Whenever you're ready. For your...
Before you die, can you give us all the magic items you were bringing us from the other side?
Before you roll, let's
Yeah,
figure
we should
what
specify.
we should figure out which of the 50 is die and which is demigod.
I'll tell you what, Jim. Have you got a piece of paper in front of you?
I do.
I want you to write odd or even on it.
Okay.
You'll know what's going to happen. None of us will know. Chat won't know. And then just at the end of the session, it will fucking play out. Because I don't want to be thinking I'm going to die because that'll make me make bad decisions. I'll let you make the decision and I'll roll it odd even. Fuck it, we'll do it this way. Again, you're the
I
DM.
love
but
this
I'm telling you
idea.
what to do.
This is genius.
All right.
This is genius.
I've just written the word die.
Nobody
Yeah.
knows.
So you all have to
Okay.
stay to the end to find out York's fate.
So it's a 24.
Jim
24.
Davis.
That seems like a nice livable number.
All right.
Is he writing your dice?
Just gonna
How long
have
does it take to write your
Rub out the
dice?
number.
Dead.
The one makes me die.
Just erase York.
All right.
I'm tense. Ooh.
So that happens. There's this sort of explosion of magical energy as you leave the Guild of Alchemists and Wizards. I don't think, it doesn't look like anything else needs to be addressed immediately. But yeah, Mel, you do realize that somewhere in that mad rush to get out, at some point, a ring has appeared in your pocket sits, and to remind everybody else, I do believe that both Molly, Jerry, and Van are looking incredibly roughed up, hurt, in single-digit wounds, I believe.
I am being dragged along unconscious in a sheet.
Yes,
Or in a
Molly,
person's.
yeah.
Van
I
took,
have 6 wounds,
Okay,
so I'm still okay. I'm not quite bloodied, so to speak. But
right.
I
All of
didn't
the skin
think
on Van's arm has been stripped away.
Oh, that was the big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big
Oh.
attack that you got, the flincing blast.
Jesus fucking case.
And then Jerry was, I think you had a minor crit. Nothing
Jerry is
serious.
very close to death. Yeah, he can't
Yes.
walk properly, so he's limping there.
That's right.
And
You're
having
on
lost
the
a
back
lot
of a horse with me. I've got you on the
Okay.
deputy's horse, I think.
That's right.
Okay,
Horses.
all right.
Procured. So yeah, so give me an idea. Everybody, we'll do just around the virtual table here, starting with Jerry. You know how you got to the safe house, and maybe something you saw along the way.
Yeah, I guess I am not really in it, but it was Anesta's blood and her life force, which is what is keeping Jerry like conscious at this point, I think. So he rode there with York, and I think he's like paranoid now to a point where he sees rat people moving down like every street along the way, and they're like chasing him as far as Jerry is concerned. And he finally ends up at this safe house, which I think is not really a safe house, but as we talked about last episode, is probably just where one of his ex-wives lives. And some children who, of questionable birth origin, most likely they're Jerry's, but you can't really tell.
Right. Excellent. So, York, we'll go to York next, because you're on the horse with Jerry.
Yeah, so I imagine I had Jerry in front of me, and I was kind of hanging on like to the horse and trying to keep him steady, which was hard enough, as well as interpret the directions to go to this place that I've never been before. So I imagine it took a fair bit longer than it needed to. And I imagine as we kind of rode by the Wolf's Head, I think we saw some kind of gathering of people outside, like they were looking to go in, maybe looking for us. And I'll leave it. I'll kind of just leave it up to you what you want to do there.
Okay. York sees a group of people at the Wolf's Head.
Yeah, people I don't really recognize.
Mm-hmm. They definitely, I think in this case, I think maybe the only thing that York recognizes about them, they have watch uniforms, but you don't recognize them as being watchmen.
Yeah. It's like a sigil or something that ties them together, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Van, you were your Iron Bear, yes?
Yeah, I'm trundling along behind York and Jerry, but if we go by the Wolf's Head, Van, it's going to be hard for him not to go get his father. What are they all congregated around the front?
I mean, the back of the back is sunken in a complete ruin. But yeah, they're congregated by the front.
Okay, well in that case, Van's gonna, he's gonna get the directions or where about the general area where the safe house is. But Van's gonna kind of go around an alley and go back behind. And since he's got a big ass iron bear here, he's just gonna start like digging at a window and like trying to like open a spot to see if maybe he can like call in and get his father to get out of there.
As Van, as you sort of like are digging in the rubble and back where your dad was sleeping, no one answers your call.
Fuck.
Okay. Your big ass steampunk bear has started to draw attention from the guard patrols that are around here.
Well, then I'll trundle off down the alley and get out of there.
Okay. All right. So Van will make it to Jerry's safe house eventually. Now let's go to Mel and Molly. Mel, Molly's unconscious, wrapped in a curtain. How do you guys?
I'd probably be carrying her, trying to tend to her wounds as we go. But I have a feeling, Mel's always watching Molly as much as she can, like she's their little sister. So.
Mm-hmm.
I got us out, Mel. I got us out.
I know you did, darling. I know you did. But Jesus, could you not die on me, please?
And in Molly's sort of half-conscious, fevered state, what sort of things does she witness on the neighborhoods?
Occasionally, the curtains kind of open as they kind of pulled across her, but they kind of open, and she sees the sky, and it's going like tangerine and lime colors. And I think she is convinced that there is a wolf running nearby, the Orican wolf from the Wolf's Head. It has come to life to help her save the city. And that with the wolf, she's going to catch all the rats. And that she currently has a savior complex because she is doped up on warpstone and high from the fever of the infected wounds and bleeding out in a curtain. So that's her current.
Excellent.
And I think sometimes she will be just mumbling about how Sigmarites suck. It's a bourgeoisie conspiracy. And she was right.
I couldn't agree with you more. All right, let's just trundle along here.
All right. So you do manage to make it back to Jerry's.
Alan!
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 All right, who wants to roll this?
It's Jerry's dog.
It's Jerry's
Come on,
dog.
Alan. Become a demigod. Become a demigod. All right. I've heard about that position. All within 50 yards must save or feel 1d100 degrees colder. Some kind
That
of
could be
ice
bad.
climb. And then... what? This is amazing! Alan's allies suspect that he isn't quite housebroken. It's so true.
Well, God damn it, Jerry! You keep pissing on my shoes.
He's house trained. I trained him years ago.
Well, then that means
I
you're
told
pissing
you.
on my shoes.
So
I told you,
everyone
when you take
within
the downers,
50
you gotta have the shits. It's fine.
It looks like everyone within 50 yards of Alan feels 5 degrees cooler on this warm mug.
It's just kind of nice. It's kind of breezy.
Yeah.
Does he run past?
Is it just
so
his tail wagging? It's like a little fan.
As Jerry and York get to Jerry's safe house in the Eastgate neighborhood, really near the old quarter where the Big Gouda have their sway. You come up. This is Miltrude's house, Jerry's ex-wife Miltrude, who doesn't seem too pleased as she's angrily in what passes for a kitchen in this small kind of really be considered like an apartment style building. And Jerry's boys are there, and they've got Ludger, the escaped mage, sort of sitting between the two of them, and they're all looking kind of nervous, and Ludger's drinking from like a tin cup of some kind, and there's just a very tense atmosphere here as Jerry and York climb the steps and make it to the safe house. Alan's glad to see you.
Okay. So,
You
to be clear,
you
is
sure
this
we will?
by the Wolf's Head, or is this in another part of town?
This is another part of town. This is south of the
Okay.
Wolf's Head.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know
You're
we're
right,
fine.
right.
Don't worry. Just make sure the rats ain't after us, and we'll get in here just fine. Don't worry.
We went pretty fast, but these people don't really seem to want us here, Jerry. Did you leave on good terms last time?
Oh Lord.
I remember. If Stella's still here, then we'll be in a bit of trouble. But don't worry, I can sweet talk her.
Is that the woman's name who's giving us the evil eye up there?
I'll take a
You guys
look.
are climbing the steps, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Stella!
much more like...
Is that you?
You hear there's a scream coming from upstairs, and I need... well, let me make a roll real quick as something gets thrown down at Jerry from the window. Ooh, 29. That's one. That is no degrees of success, but yeah, she's throwing
Like dodge.
like a pot or something at you. Yes, you can dodge him.
All right, let's try it. That's a fail.
Oh my god.
Pot hits me on the head.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many
There's
wounds do you
a
have left?
pot of like refuse, like table scraps and just sort of like kitchen mess. Lands right on you and hits your shoulder. It's an improvised, undamaging weapon, but it shatters on the staircase as it scatters off of you. But it kind of throws Jerry off balance as you can hear screaming coming from upstairs.
All
Oh,
right,
Lord.
fucking me. And I grab like a shard of it and I just like lob it back up to the window. No, it doesn't do anything. But, yeah, it's just a principle of the matter. And yeah, don't worry, Yorko. I'll soon talk my way in. Don't worry, Sam.
I mean, that nearly hit me. Whoever it is seems pretty pissed, Jerry.
Just stare at me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there. I'll back you up. Whatever you say, just get us in and get us safe. Okay.
Yeah. I've got a lot of blood on me at the moment, so if she asks, just say that.
Are you okay?
Fight or something.
It's all over your chin. Where did I cut your face?
Yeah,
You want me
mate.
to wipe you down first?
No,
All right.
not really.
At some point, you do hear Van's bear making its way towards you.
Van! I shout out.
Ain't ever gonna get used to that noise.
Van, where's Stella's place? I'll hold up here for a bit.
Yeah, and he kind of like opens like the chest piece. He's like, "There's some place I can store this bear. I've got to get out of these clothes. They're burning my arm."
Yeah, something feels a little wrong here. I ain't gonna lie.
There's stables nearby. Leave it there or something. I'll just leave it outside by the window.
Okay. So Van goes over to the stables, and I guess, is there a door to the stables?
The stables is more like a dog kennel that has been
Just kind of open.
partially converted to almost like a donkey or a pony or something.
It's Alan's house.
Okay.
But there is
Alan
room
stays here
there is
sometimes.
room for the bear in like the courtyard of this building. So it's like a square-shaped building. You're entering in under the just sort of like an archway, and there's an inner courtyard, and then like apartments as they spiral up with these sort of inward-looking balconies. They're all over Middenheim. These kind of these sort of things. Goes
All
up
right,
about 5
think of it
stories.
as Alan's summer home.
Mm.
No?
All right.
It's a real nice place. This place oozes with class.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 people like looking down at you from like the 5th balcony.
Yeah,
Just
I look back up at them because this is all about power for Jerry. What the fuck do you want? Got a problem? Come down here. And I'm like swaying on my legs from the blood.
It looks like they turned their back and they're no longer looking down into the courtyard.
And Van will find a place in the courtyard, like out of the way of the archway, where you can't like see in and kind of, extricate himself from his bear mount. And he immediately starts like, I gotta get inside. And his arm's like bleeding. He's like, I gotta get out of these clothes. No, oh god, they're burning. They're burning. And he's like stripping his clothes off as he's like going up the stairs.
Van, just let
Yeah.
me get this straight. We're trying to escape subtly from a rat menace that we don't know how far this goes. And you bring a giant mechanical bear to...
Well, it's in Alan's house now, and I was going to
Travels.
find it there, aren't I? Come on, I'll lead you guys upstairs to Stella's place. I gotta.
Well, when the rat men come for you,
My name is York. We were
York.
friends.
Yes, York, I know that. When the rat men come, trust me, you'll want me inside that bear. Wait, that came out wrong.
Did it though, or is it just the fucking truth at this point? You're about to get naked anyway. Oh, jeez.
No, he's already got his shirt off. He's unbuttoned his pants. He's thrown his hat off. I mean, his arm's still like bleeding profusely. It's pretty gross looking. Yeah.
Continue. Okay,
I think
if
it's
you
that
won't let me
powder.
wipe the blood off.
Stone. It's in my skin. I don't know. And he's on his way to being naked. And there's no stopping it. There's no toll road. There's no.
Van, can
Mhm.
I at least look at your wound and not the rest of you?
Well, my wounds are there. The rest of me's over here. So that's up to you, really.
Oh, Jesus. Come sit your ass down. Let me patch it up.
Has
Like
anyone
wrapping
actually
up a
entered
ball.
the house yet, or the apartment?
I'll take over and I'll be dragging Molly up the stairs in the carpet. Also, did this cloaked figure follow me? Like, is my mysterious friend still around?
Oh yeah. Well, but it's you can't. You can no longer see him. You just can feel him behind you, and occasionally, it occasionally whispers things to York.
Yeah, Molly
Comments.
might hear me kind of talking back to him and replying like odd, weird sentences. Maybe not in a language he can comprehend, maybe in magic or something like that. But,
Molly
yeah,
probably just thinks it's part of the fact that her brain is just mushed and it keeps being bashed into stairs all the way up the stairs. So
I'm gonna go and knock on the door to Stella's place with York and Molly.
Someone answers the door. A woman answers the door.
Is it Stella?
Yeah.
Hi, love.
What do you want, Jerry?
I'm just gonna crash here, I figure.
Yeah, your mates have been over here. They've been crashing for
Have
the
they?
last few hours. Yeah, they've been here a long time, Jerry. Long time. You said you wouldn't do this anymore.
Cool. Well, I did say that. Probably. Doesn't sound like something I would say though, actually, now more I think about it. Might be one of those empty promises I make, you know? Do that sometimes.
Is that with you?
So we're just gonna crash here for a little while and then we'll fuck off in the morning.
Who's that with you?
Some kid named York.
my
And,
name's
that's-
York, and I tip my hat. Well, I've not got a hat, but I give a message. We've heard
And
a
that's
lot about
moles.
you.
What's wrong with your hands? That's not plague, is it?
No, it's just a rash. I get it sometimes. Not contagious. Look, I lick my own hand.
What you got in the sheet?
It's a friend of mine. She's not.
Molly, she's almost dead.
She's really tired.
That's Molly, and Mildred slams the door.
I like put my
Into
foot in the
his
door immediately. Expecting this. What's your problem with moles then, love?
You can't bring Molly up in here. You can't bring all these other people up in here either. Your mates are already here. Alan's been stinking up the place. You know he's not house trained
Alan
at
ain't
all.
stinky, love. He just needs his drugs.
And an elf too.
A magnanimous dispensation.
Oh, thanks so much while we're there for that £300 donation. Holy shit! You know what it means. He says you know what it means. Good luck.
Oh no.
Okay.
We double it up again.
Oh no
Matt.
shit!
No,
Is that who I think it is?
Leroy Jenkins. Actual Leroy
Are we
Jenkins.
doing
that
an
could be actual Leroy Jenkins.
Stella's
I
new
believe.
boyfriend,
Actual
Leroy
Leroy
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
That would make me incredibly happy.
He just comes
Sorry.
running out with like a rolling pin, just goes Leroy.
Oh,
All right.
shit. Well,
Okay.
thanks so much.
All right. All right, we'll
So
work
yeah,
that
no,
in. Okay.
I put my foot in the door, and I'm like, "Listen, love, old Jerry's up to no good again, and I'm a spot above her, as you can tell by my body. I have been wounded many times physically by many men and not men, and wizard as well. This woman was very awkward.
Yes,
So what I need you to do is let me into my fucking house, because if you don't forget, I do fucking own this house, love, as far as I'm concerned, at least. Maybe not in a legal manner, but in a, ecumenical sort of way I do. Geographically, I own it.
All right, give me a charm roll. This is an easy one, so you get plus 40 to it. But
Yeah, I'm the worst user. I probably do this all the time.
mhm.
Yeah, that's successful, plus 40.
Yeah, you can see her. She softens a bit. I can't just leave you out there. All right.
Exactly, it's
And then she
fucking
just
cold, isn't it?
York.
I mean, Alan's
There's
stinking up the
your-
place down there, so I can't come. I walk into the house, so I own it.
Okay. It's crowded. There's already 3 people in there, including a nervous-looking mage who's It looks like they've been there a while. They've got cards, dice, all
guys.
kinds of just like trash all over the place.
Hello. Who have we here?
Well, we got him nice and ready for you, although he seems to have gone stupid.
Oh. Stupid. I see. Well, let's all come in, bring Molly in. Just put the carpet down there. It's a good spot for it.
I'll like drag her and put her in the middle of their card game.
Okay.
I haven't had a carpet in here for years. That is the last one.
What happened to Molly?
She did a lot of drugs that I didn't give her, and then she that's the main difference really. When you do drugs, what I give you, you're all right, but she decided not to, and then she was attacked also a lot. So yeah, I think it was largely the drugs, but also the grievous wounds to her body, which also probably got her in that state.
Well, she'll look all right. She don't look too good. Well, hope she turns out all right. They kind of like move some of their stuff out of the way, and then as they're making room for the group of y'all, you know, like one of them, Wendolin or whatever his name is, turns to Jerry and like, you know, Big Good has been looking for you for a while, right? He came by here earlier today, or at least
he came by himself. The big cheese.
Not the big cheese himself, but you know, was
right.
Zalindo was here, you know, looking for you.
Well, I could meet him, I guess.
I don't know. They said something's going on down in the South Gate, so you know. But
well, fuck me, I'm feeling pretty knackered to be honest. But I guess I'll best check in with the boss man.
Well,
so
we can look after whoever.
Just around the room as though it's my house. You lot make yourselves at home. Take whatever you need from the cupboards and whatnot, and I'll go see the big cheese. Report back, let you know what's going on. Sound good? All right. I'll take your fucking shoes off, York.
Are you okay going on your own, Jerry?
No, I'm going to be very scared and lonely, York, without your presence. I was hoping that you would suggest that you could come along so that I could agree, because I'd be embarrassed to ask you myself.
Can you get her to make me a sandwich first?
Yeah, all right, love. Sandwiches. Round here.
Can you cut the crust off of mine, please, Stella?
Triangle stuff. It's all about the triangle.
Did you call me? What did he call me, Jerry?
Why are you fucking call her, you cunt? It suddenly turns.
You call her Stella. Is her name not Stella?
You call her a whore?
I mean, I could call her some of the other names you call her, Jerry.
You're gonna have to get out. And she like gets like a huge pot and starts menacingly running towards York.
You get out of my fucking house.
You want to do this, Jerry? You're gonna make this happen? You're gonna make her talk to me like this? How the fuck would you have got here if it weren't for me, Jerry?
Oh, you know, fuck you are, mate. I'm just gonna let her hit him with a fucking ban.
So, is that maid the apprentice maid here? Was it that guy that was here?
Yeah, the guy who came by with the staff and had everything.
He's gonna just lash out and like backhand the guy, like the weakest looking guy in the room, to make himself feel better, and he's gonna storm out because he doesn't dare question.
All right, as you backhand him and you're sort of like York's walking out, you notice your bandage has started to like come off, and you can see like bright pink flesh underneath the bandage.
And I'll whack it, and sorry, it's a reaction, no hands. And I'll roughly point at her. You'll regret this, you know. You don't fuck with me, people like me. I've had a bad fucking day as it is.
Calm down. Let's go and see the big cheese together.
Now you're all fucking nice to me. What the fuck is going on today? And he'll just walk out grumbling to himself.
Okay.
I look back to Stella. I respect that.
I figure Mel's patching up anybody that's staying, so
Yeah. Okay.
line up.
Still patching up Van.
What is this whole apartment complex made from? I have to know.
It's mostly stone for the first 2 floors, and then it's been built up. It was like wood and plaster above that.
And the room that we're going into, what floor is it on?
I don't know. Roll me a d5 or something.
Shit.
Are you about to jump out the window?
Well, I mean, I have acute fear of wood, so you know.
All right, here we go. I can roll it real quick.
Is that awkward now you're naked?
Looks actually looks like you lucked out. It looks like you're the apartment is close to the first floor, and is in the stone portion of it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then at some point, I would assume right after they finish like sorting out where Molly is, and everybody's kind of settled down, then an angry naked dwarf comes in, being tended to by Melanie, just constantly bitching. At least it's not on the 3rd floor. Oh God. As he's just kind of looking out the window.
Right.
He's running around naked, bleeding all over the place, and screaming about wood. This is gonna be a great.
I pat York on the back as though everything is forgotten now we're out of the house and start leading him towards wherever Gouda's place is.
Like, just as he's shutting the door, I would drop. I can see why she's your fucking ex, Jerry, just so she can catch enough of it to be seething by the time we get back.
No, yeah, I say loud enough for her that, yeah, she's fucking mental, mate. But you gotta respect her, don't you?
We should probably walk, Jerry. I think they'll be looking for that horse. We should probably let it go.
Yeah, no,
Pretty
you can't get to
distinctive
Gouda's place on a horse anyway. Take it back, Alex.
Yeah. It's not that far to Gouda's place. The last drop is where you'd most likely find him. And you make your way there without too much trouble. As you do, though, you notice a couple of things. There is definitely some sort of large fire that is coming from the Southgate Ostwald district. That section of the city seems to have sort of an orange glow coming from it. There are now columns of smoke rising into the air, and it's just sort of like that early twilight, early nighttime kind of vibe where the streets are near empty except for watch patrols, and this smoky haze and orange twilight sort of bathes the city as you make your way to the last drop. Real quick, though, I want to know, Melanie, you're tinning up. Van, Molly, you are otherwise unconscious, and that will last till whenever. That's your result of the fate point you spent, right? Instead of dying.
Instead of dying, I'm just unconscious. Yep.
Okay, then you can probably, Molly will probably be coming out of that fairly soon, I would think. But as Jerry and York make their way to the last drop, you can see that it is well lit. All of the windows have some sort of light shining through them, and there are people sort of hurriedly coming and going from the different entrances to the last drop, as well as kind of hanging out around the corners around it. No watch patrols rotate through this neighborhood, so there's no one here to enforce quarantine.
Okay. I look sort of, probably for the first time now, he's sobered up a little bit from all the adrenaline, somewhat more seriously to York and say, we go in there, me do the talking here, because this ain't stuff that we're fucking around with anymore. Gouda might be pissed with us.
I mean, last time I saw, actually, he doesn't remember me. Shit. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna say a thing. Just, you think that they got into the mage college? Is there any chance they could have turned Gouda?
Yeah, did think of that myself. Let's just say if things get nasty, we get the hell out of Dodge as quickly as possible with as much chaos behind us as we can.
We should have a safe word between us. What's our safe word? We should get the fuck out.
Oh,
you never had one of those women that... No, anyway, we need a word that... One word you never ever say, Jerry. Please. If you ever say fucking please, I know that you think we're gonna be killed.
Well, what context would I say that in, though?
Just, I don't think I've ever heard you say it, Jerry.
Use it in a sentence for me.
Please, may I punch you in the face? Please, can I have that drink?
Yeah. Alright.
Try it
I
for
guess.
me.
I know, it sounds weird. Doesn't sound right. Roll off the tongue very well.
Okay,
Please.
say, how about no, I don't want a beer? That might work as well.
No, I don't want a beer. Please.
These are all things that you don't say, Jerry. If it's
Listen,
something
mate,
you
if
say regularly...
stuff's about to go... If we're about to get into a bit of barley rubble, then I'll just start hitting shit with bricks, and then you'll know. Or,
Okay.
no, here it is. I will look at you, and I will say, brick. And then you'll know.
Oh, okay, that's subtle.
It went well last time.
Jerry, that's your solution to everything, though. So it may well be things are going well, and you do that. How about you say
Mate.
all in moderation?
Don't just make up words. Right. We know what's happening. Let's go in.
I'll kind of just eye over the place and see if anything looks strange from last time I was here. It would have been like the day that I was about to be fed to the pigs or whatever for my debt. The last time I was here, then handed off to Jerry. But if anything looks particularly different.
I mean, it seems a lot busier. It's the only place you've passed by in the last day and a half-ish, maybe, or you're really not sure. You guys don't quite know how long y'all slept that at one time, but it seems a lot busier than the last time you were here, and certainly busier than any other place you've seen while traveling across the city.
Cool. Yep, I won't
y'all
say
walk
anything.
across the
We'll
street,
just
you know.
head in.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go in. Try and look as tough as possible. Make as
Yeah.
much eye contact with everyone else.
Yeah, Ike, one of the old quarter gangsters that you know, kind of like stops you as you come in. He's just like, "Jeez, Jerry, you look like shit."
Thanks, mate.
Big Cheese is looking for you.
Why the fuck do you think I'm here? Of course he is. Who isn't looking for Jerry?
Well,
Just go right in, yeah?
this guy with you?
Oh, yeah, he is. Matter of fact.
He looks at York funny.
I'll try and meet his gaze as much as I can, but
He's a weird
probably
little weasel, but he's alright.
I'm with him. Just let us in. It's cold out.
Come on in. And inside the last drop is like a hive of activity. They have turned all of the tables and sort of like arranged them in long rows. And down one of them is like a row of crossbows that are being prepared. And down another is like a row of muskets. And further in the back, you can see melee weapons and the like being sorted. It looks like they're coming in maybe through one of the back doors, but there's Gouda's guys all over this place. The Fleischer gang, the gang that operates out of the last drop. And they look like they're organizing some kind of weapons and armor supply place, like a supply dump. But you catch Gouda across the room. He's at one of the back booths surrounded by his bodyguards and appears to be directing something. He's standing up, looking down at like something like a parchment of some kind. He's actually talking to someone that Jerry, you recognize. That would be Sergeant Conrad Ehrenreich, a certain member of the Watch that you have a connection with. That's what you see as you walk into the last drop.
By the way, I have a question for you in the VMix chat, but
Okay.
yes, I will eye him. Presumably, I assume York knows him just by sight, and I head on over. Big Cheese.
Well, Jerry, it's so good to see you today. You look quite awful. Are you
Yeah.
unwell?
Yeah, I almost fucking died about 10 times last week, mate, but I'm alright, thanks for asking. This is my little runt friend, York, and, well, he's not going to talk, but, yeah, I heard that you needed me.
I do very much indeed, although I am concerned as your current appearance would suggest that you are not quite up to the task at hand. Now, Jerry, a lot has happened since the last time I was able to speak with you. I came calling several times at the Wolf's Head, but you were unavailable.
Oh, busy man, Cheese. I've been doing your work, doing your business. I'm sure you've heard there's a bunch of stuff that's been going on, and I've been trying to sort out as many fires as I can. As it so happens, I've got a bunch of useful stuff for you.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, how are your boys doing? Are they all ready to go, and are they scattered to the winds?
You need a bunch of guys to go kill people. One of the best in the biz, mate. So yeah, we're good to go when you is. Just call the word. Looks like we've sort of assembling some form of force or militia or army, which is pleasing to me.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. You see, our dear friend Sergeant Ehrenreich here alerted us to a strange and disturbing phenomenon going on within our fair city. And thanks to his warning that we have decided to temporarily unite our efforts and rid the city of these loathsome rat men that seem to have infested it. We, in fact, have one in the back room ourselves.
Really? Because I happen to have captured 2 of them myself, but they're no longer with us, let's say. But they did give me some answers to a couple of things, what I thought might be interesting, so I report back. I give the captain a long look, because he's like an old friend of mine, but I also do not trust him as far as I could throw him. Good to see you, mate. But yeah, the rat guy, has he told you anything?
Well, he's been quite talkative. You see, he's a profound and prodigious lover of our victuals and other fine, delectable fare. And once we plied him with various sausages and cheeses and meat pies and the like, he began to pour out a profusion of information that we have been able to act upon. Yes.
Really? So, what's the plan then, Big Cheese? You say you got to get rid of them. Do we know where they all are, the little fuckers in the sewers?
Well, currently they occupy the Southie district, as you would call it. They've quarantined it, and their spies within the watch have kept others out. We were unsuccessful in breaking their barricades earlier today, and plan on making a nocturnal assault here after perhaps sometime after midnight.
Yeah, interesting. That is interesting. So, something that I've learned is that the rat people, they've got folks everywhere. Like you say in the watch, but also in the wizard colleges as well. Fuckers tried to kill us, but took out 2 of the wizards before they got a chance to jump us, and a bunch of fucking rat men as well. So they're fucking everywhere, bitches.
It seems so. There's a rot that has corrupted our fair city. As a fine civic gentleman myself, you know that I cannot stand or abide such foulness eating away at the heart of our civic institutions. Now, I have not worked so hard to establish myself as a businessman and man of the community to have it all stolen from me by some fur-faced, tail-having freak of nature. I won't have it.
Bunch of fuckers. So what do you need me to do, Big Cheese? Name it, and I'm your man.
Well, I need 2 things from you, Jerry. I need you to dispose of this rat man that we have in the back, in however way you like. We got all the information out of him that we deemed necessary. Second, to assemble your men here at the last drop and equip them properly. We have all manner of harness and armor and weapons and the like. We mean to do battle to take back our city.
I like the sound of that. Mate, I like the sound of that a lot. Well, you know, you can always rely on me, bitchy. So I'll get rid of this rat fucker for you and bring all the boys over here to start a fucking war against a bunch of twats. And we've got some experience fighting them. Got a bunch of them, so they die just like anyone else. So,
Well, that's good to hear. That's very good to hear.
Appreciate that. You know, it's been a lot of hard work, and not to seem like I've been, I'm not thankful for everything that you've done for me, Big Cheese, but I must say I put my life on the line more times than I'd care to admit. As you can see, I'm close to fucking death right now, and I might be thinking that there's a promotion in this for me, you know, if all goes well and all.
And he brings you in. Now, Ed Maguda is a kind of a massive Marienburger. He's got that Marienburger accent that he brings with him. Dresses to the nines, exquisite waxed mustache, the great hat, slashed sleeve doublet, and he puts his arm around Jerry. And why, Gerhard, I've seen your efforts, and I don't want you to be discouraged in any way. That your progress up the ranks and your accumulation of respect and responsibilities won't increase. I found you to be a remarkable asset, and there's something in you that I just can't get enough of, Jerry. So you don't have to worry. You fight by my side, I will reward you.
Appreciate that, Big Cheese. I do, you know, I've always looked up to you like some kind of father figure. So Jerry flashes back to when he killed his dad. So I respect that a lot. Well, enough business. We get to deal with your problems again, Sam. And I place a hand on York's shoulder and start steering him to the back room with the rat.
It'll look like York's going absolutely fine, but just that little voice in his head creeps up in York's head. Wait. You're gonna? Sorry, did I hear that right? You're gonna fight the Ratman head on?
They turn from looking at a map of the different neighborhoods to York. Not quite head on. No, something is happening at the palace. However, I'm not sure how it's connected, but I can't help but suspect that there is some connection there. No, I intend to show them that we will not take this line down, and whatever they have going on in the Southgate, despite our differences with those Southies, they're Middenheimers, and I will not allow it to stand to have them live under Ratman rule.
Right, well, enough questions from you, little runt. What we're going to do, we're going to sort out a problem, we'll all come back and have a big drink together. How's that sound? We'll talk more then.
Jerry, you spoke to that rat. There's not just
I physically start moving York away from this man.
Jerry, and I'll say it in as quiet a voice as I can. This prick's going to get a lot of people killed. There's hundreds of them.
And I steer him off into a corner by the room of the rat. Between you and me, we're not going to let him do that, all right? He's gone fucking insane. Yeah. His cheese is all old and stinky. Can't have it. Need a fresh fucking slice.
Jerry, I'm not entirely sure you're fit to call anyone sane or not at the moment. Just
listen, mate. Better the devil you fucking know, right? Imagine this place. Imagine this place. But it's me in charge instead.
The shit, all the colour will drain out of York's face at that statement. That is literally... He's been to another plane full of chaos demons or whatever, yet this terrifies him just a little bit more. So I imagine he stands there aghast, kind of nodding as Jerry's
really close, and you can just smell the cigarettes from his breath. And he's like, "You, wherever you want, son. That wizard college, those fuckers wouldn't let you in, would they? Eh? That all changes when I'm in charge. You're fucking king of the wizards, mate. Wear a fucking crown and everything. It'd be great."
Oh, Jerry, please roll for that. I want to be completely convinced by that. Will you roll?
Is there any bonuses to this? Is this an easy check for?
I'll make that an easy check.
That sounds
weighed by power.
That sounds
That's
good.
a success. Yep.
Yeah, Yeah, you're called King of Wizards. Okay. Like, he's still not sure what he's agreed to, but that's enough. Just that little piece of power. Let's do this. I want to be above that.
Oh yeah, fuck him. You'll be the fucking
Queen of Wizards. No.
Sir for the Wizards. I don't know. We won't even be a wizard, mate. We'll just be Jerry and York off on their wild adventures together. And Jerry gets lost in the idea for a moment.
Imagine we both walk into this
Jerry
Batman
and York.
smiling now.
It's a new comic book series.
I'd read it.
So
This
what
is how we
Jerry's
announce it.
yeah. So what Jerry says to him as we're heading into this room is, first, we do everything we can, learn everything we can from this rat fight, okay? And then I'm gonna put such a lethal concoction of drugs in Big Cheese's drink to where he might fucking die straight away. Or it might take him a little while, slowly die. This fucking mad plan doesn't go off.
Sounds good, Jerry's. That makes sense.
Right. So, head into the room, Rat-Man.
Yeah, as you finish with this pep talk between Jerry and Van, and enter into a room, there is an enormous, obese Skaven at the end of a long table that is covered with dirty dishes, overturned pitchers, just like greasy gravy plates, and some sort of like sumptuous feast that it has got all around its muzzle and snout. It's dressed in very poorly fitting, like nobleman's clothes, crushed velvet and blues and purples and reds. It's all it looks almost as if he and this creature and Edma have the same tailor, or they've been buying the same clothes from the same place, but this creature is not wearing them well at all. Its fur is matted and greasy and everything, but as you come in, you smell a cloying scent of perfume and sort of artificial odor covering up whatever stink is going on. And it looks at you, and just like a turkey leg in one greasy paw and a great big wedge of cheese in the other, down this long table, and is just like,
You've come to bring me more, yes? Yes?
That's right, mate. My name is Jerry, and I'm here just ask you a couple more questions, and then you're to be set free. Yeah, fuck off again.
That's good, yes, good. More, the gravy and the others, come, the breads,
I
everything.
shout out,
yes.
more gravy in here, please. And assume that someone will bring gravy and food. So, the food comes in, starts eating away. So, you lot are all, just going over some last details again, you lot are all in the South District. And,
Yes, the South District is where most of the construction is to take place.
right, you got some kind of master, probably, right?
Many masters, yes, but,
and he kind of looks around as if somebody would care.
I am not well favored amongst the clans.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, probably just start to lace his food with poison.
Why are you wearing people clothes?
He kind of looks down and he just,
They are. Feel so nice and such good colors. Nothing like this where I am from.
Right, some nice colours from you.
Who gave him Gouda?
No, I procured these myself.
Right. So, how many of you lot are there, if we were to ballpark it?
There are 3 clans who make their home beneath the city. The Skyer, whose constructions you have felt, surely. Molder, who has the strongest influence. They have built elaborate prison and don't know how you would say it in your tongue.
He just rambles on, and you start hearing some squeaks and chitters and the like.
Yeah. So
Yes.
these masters, they've got some kind of base, right? Where they're all hiding out.
Yes, beneath the sewers, all the cowardly lot of them. You slay, yes? You kill them all?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Good.
He takes a huge bite.
But, what kind of weapons good against? They like fired? Just shoot the fucker or stabbing him? What's the best way to kill you lot?
Oh, and thinking for, a second,
It's
eating a bunch of stuff.
steel and fire will work. No poison. We are highly resistant. But we'll die as a man-thing would.
Right. Okay. York, you got anything else, mate, you want to ask him?
I kind of want to test these things out. And York will slowly start unwrapping the rest of the bandages. I'm just if you don't mind me throwing this in. So York's hands, they're pink and fresh skin, but all the fingers look like they're made up of different people's hands. So each finger looks different. Maybe one's like an obvious feminine finger and stuff. So they don't look quite right. Maybe they pass the first glance, but if you look at them, they look really weird.
Sorry, go
ahead.
I was gonna say they have a as you unwrap them, you sort of see how they look. You can also see that there are pink and blue flames that dance between them, particularly on your left hand.
Are these the fingers of all the family you killed?
Maybe, I don't know. It's a nice touch. If I've got hands from somewhere, they got to be a bit weird. You got a knife, Jerry?
I absentmindedly hand him a knife.
I'm just York's in a weird place, and he's just going to start going to town on this thing in a really fucking unpleasant way. He's going to use his knife to pop his eyeball, and he's going to take out a lot of vented frustration on this thing.
While he's doing this, I make my cocktail of drugs, and it's just absentmindedly sort of little bit of this, little bit of that. Because I have chloroform and any amount of terrifying drugs which really should arrest your heart, especially if you're someone who's maybe a little bigger. This Scooter guy, I'm hoping we can kill him. Maybe not instantly, but Jerry's sort of eyeballing it on the poison. It's this is definitely an overdose, but he doesn't know exactly what it will do.
I kind of like the fact York, if York did this in front of everyone else, they'd be like, Jesus, what is wrong with this guy? But Jerry's just yeah.
It's it's no big deal.
You done yet? Yeah.
You're all right, mate. All right.
All right.
I put in some kind of goblet that I procure from around this table.
Let's get back to Miltrud's house, Jerry's safe house here. So it's been a while. They've been gone for at least an hour. And Van, you've been patched up. And Molly, if you wish to be up, you can. Otherwise,
so I think
Molly's
Molly is gonna sit up and just groan because everything hurts and her leg really hurts because that got smashed up real good. And she looks around. Everyone goes, Molly, and Millie is perfect. And then she lies back down. It's like, Mel, drink the alcohol. Everything hurts.
Yeah, I can give you some more painkillers, but you know what? Fuck it. Have some alcohol. Here you go. Yeah, why not? She hands her a flask.
And Mildred, it's good to see you. It's been a while. You never come to the wolf's head anymore.
I wonder why.
I shouldn't say anything. She's in the kitchen for a bit. Actually, by this time, she's probably gone into the back room and has left the front room up to y'all. All right.
Yeah, and maybe when Van first came in, the door was already open. But
yes, it was.
Jerry and York have been gone They're gone way too long. I'm sorry. And he like stands up, kind of probably like standing up and walking out of the blanket that somebody probably put around him. And he like he just busts through the door to go. I'm gonna go see if I can find them, and like bust through the door and out, heading down towards his construction.
Van, no. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
2 nat 20s to Jim from Wobbit, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Oh boy.
Where's Jimmy and that other guy gone, Mel? Did they come in?
They went to go speak to Gouda. Van, don't you think it's best that we let Jerry handle that? He knows how to talk to him. What are you going to say to Gouda that's going to change anything?
I can think of a few things.
He's wanted my services as an engineer for quite a few years now. I have connections in the college. Perhaps I can barter those or leverage them. But I can't just sit around here all day.
They should be back. They better be back soon, or I'm gonna end up patching up more of you. I don't know. I'm not drunk enough for this. Where's? She pulls out a bottle from her jacket and just starts drinking.
Go ahead and make me a heal roll for Mel. This is for Van. That's roll under your intelligence plus your skill level. And then is that
a fail.
That's fail. So in that case, Van doesn't get any wounds. Like you don't get any wounds back from the attempt, but you've got your arm bandaged up and the like. And I don't know, is there anything else that you guys want to do? Molly's kind of passed out. Mel is drinking. Van, you've walked out the door.
That leftover wild magic surge.
Yes. Yes. Do you want to go ahead and deal with that? I think we should also deal with Mel's magic ring as well.
Yeah, I think she's fiddling with it while she's drinking. It's obvious to everybody else because she just doesn't care anymore.
Don't play with it. Come on.
Hey, I can say the same to you right now.
So in that case, in order for the ring, I need a cool test, which is your willpower plus your cool skill roll under there.
Right, 45. I actually have cool points.
All right.
She resists so far.
Resists so far. Resists so far, but the cursed ring will stay with Mel. But for the time being, you've resisted the urge of it. Now, Van, you said you were going to go look for them. Yes.
Yeah, he more just like he's tired of being cooped up in places, and he's also just nervous about the people that are looking for them, you know. So he kind of just wants to go sit out on watch.
Okay, you walk out onto the balcony, and you're sort of like you're on the wooden sort of railing of it. You know that the courtyard should just be right down there, and it sort of like spirals up and around this railing with stairs and everything. That's where you're at, Van.
Wait, there's a wooden. Is the stairs made of wood?
The stairs are made of wood as well. Yes.
And he starts trying to step like not on the wood. Like, how far down is it to the courtyard ground?
You can see the steps down in front of you, but it's really dark out here. It's difficult to see where exactly the courtyard is. But it should just be right down there.
So he's going to turn around and like try to grab that blanket that he walked out of to put down on the steps so he doesn't have to like touch them.
The blanket that's back inside the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just there's a blank door there. There's no door back to the apartment, back to the flat.
Oh hell. Oh shit. Maybe I shouldn't have shot that warp stone. Can I like make what would that be, cool or willpower to try to overcome my acute fear of wood to try to get down these stairs?
Cool. It's a cool.
Sweet. That's like one of my highest skills.
And you can use resolve, I think, to reroll as
Yeah.
well.
Well, we
need to.
sorry. Were you saying something?
He's gonna really like, cause he's starting to not freak out, but maybe like his anxiety is overcoming his fear. So I'm going to use a fortune point to re-roll his cool test, because that was atrocious. And Fantasy Rounds like hates me today. There we go. That's 2 degrees of success. Or sorry, 1 degree of success.
All right. So yeah, you managed to overcome the phobia for a bit.
As I feel the splinters poking into my dwarven feet. I'm trying not to vomit thinking about that. Oh, it's pine. Oh God.
Yeah. Just you go down one flight of steps and like get to another landing, and you can see another set of steps down at the far end and down, and it's the same both directions that you go. It looks like it's just endless wooden balcony around this courtyard.
Oh my God, I died and I'm in hell.
All right. I need to know when exactly York and Van plan to be back to the to the safe house, and that's what I'm curious about now.
Oh, so Jerry and York, rather?
Or sorry, Jerry and York. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, yeah. So after York is finished killing the rat, bundle it up in some kind of carpet so that we can transport it out. But before we do, so go ahead.
I imagine it's like 3 pieces of carpet by the time York's done. We have to get like 3 different rugs.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
so
big pieces.
But before we carry it out, Jerry brings like this goblet of this poison chalice, which is filled with this, I don't know, like strong wine. But also he's largely placed in powdered drugs, so it shouldn't have too much of a scent to it. It like shouldn't smell like rat poison or whatever. So he has this goblet and the bottle of wine, and he comes out with the York bloodied hands and whatnot for the assembled crowd. Why don't we all have a drink to celebrate incoming victory over the rat folk?
Oh, well, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Here, this is for you, Jerry. And he hands Jerry it looks like a clay vial of some kind. It will keep you from expiring before the evening is done.
All right, on for you, son. And I like go for the old like Christmas exchange of presents.
All right. He takes the goblet. Everybody else sort of around, picks up different drinks that they've got around.
Should have a toast.
That sounds wonderful. And he
if he's gonna do it, go ahead.
He's like, now, everyone, gather around. This is a toast in honor of our good friend Jerry here, who will be supplying us a generous number of his men for the endeavor this evening. And here is to ridding our city of these terrible rat men. And he takes a good drink, and then sets it down. Everybody else sort of follows suit as well.
Is there a way for me to give this drink a sniff while he's doing this?
Yeah, it smells foul. It just smells awful.
Jerry knows that Gouda didn't get into the position that he's in without assassinating a few of his own men along the way. So he's probably just as smart, if not smarter, than Jerry really is. So I would like to appear to be really drinking this, but sort of do that like so. But not actually drink anything.
All right. You do that then, and everybody else
some good
gets
stuff,
their,
guys.
Oh, well, hopefully it will revitalize you and energize you for the task at hand. Now, as soon as you can get your boys here, excuse me, to get equipped and outfitted.
We'll be on our way right now.
Sounds good. I anticipate your arrival, Jerry, and yourself, York.
Thank you, Mr. Goodhead. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, indeed.
I would like to get the attention of the Captain Conrad.
Ehrenreich? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Conrad, yeah.
Sam, walk me out.
Oh, I'll be right back. Yes, Gerhard, what can I do for you?
See you, mate. How's business?
Business goes well, you know. Whatever they got going on at the palace and whatever the midden marshals are up to, I don't know, but they kicked us out of the watch. So that's why I'm here.
Really? Fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear
The new
that.
commander brought in a whole new, I don't know, mercenaries or something, foreigners. Not sure who they are.
So are you?
My boys raided the militia storehouse though on our way out, which is how we got this.
Nice. So you're full-time gig with Gouda now, is it?
For the time being, he and I want the same things. So.
And what is that?
And he's not in the pocket of these, whatever they are.
Yeah. So what is it that you want, I guess? My question.
I want our...
I give him a very direct look.
I suppose what I want is if there's space in the watch for an upstanding commander who has connections with local business types, that would be a situation that would be very advantageous for all of us, I think.
I'm sure it would. I only hope that one day I could help you reach such lofty heights, especially, you know, if I had a bit more sway around here, I guess would be any way I could do that.
I understand. It's Gouda likes to take things slow. And
yeah, that is the
right
thing.
now is the time for action.
I'm a man of action in many ways, as you know, Captain. So, well, I get a feeling that the winds are changing around here. So if it does happen to change, then hope I can rely on your support in it.
You can, friend. And how's Molly?
Close to death, but all right. She took some drugs that I didn't give her, so you know what happens, yeah.
Oh, did she get my? Do you know if she got my note? My warning?
Your note?
I left it with
I think
the.
she did. I think he thinks very slightly. I think she did mention you once or twice. In confidence, of course.
Of course. Well, I hope she pulls through. If there's anything I can do.
Yeah, pretty girl, Molly, isn't she?
She seems she's sweet, but I don't know, something about her.
Could I get a read on him? Does he like Molly?
Yeah, you can make me not insight.
How are we gonna use
intuition?
Probably not. Unless it was easy.
It's not. He's not. You know, I mean, he's used to keeping things close to his chest here. He seems more like, you know, you knew that. I guess maybe they saw each other earlier, maybe yesterday sometime.
Right.
Seems to have not like a romantic interest.
Yeah. 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 Jerry nods then. All right. I'll. Want me to let her know that you asked after
her? No, that's all right. If she's as injured as you say, then she's got other things to worry about.
She's not injured.
That's good. All right. Well, and he points back
not
towards
on her face or anything. It's mostly on her you know, arm, so all intact.
I'm glad that she's all right. Then it's tough to be scarred up as a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She likes roses.
I know. He said
Like,
that she's
the
a pretty girl.
conversation
Like,
starts to get a little awkward. It's like, oh yeah, I guess Jerry does know that.
I imagine as we walk around, she likes roses, by the way, and being paid. Like that's yours. Just 2 cents in the conversation.
Thanks, God.
Yeah.
and
yeah, he walks you to the door, but he's not leaving the last drop. All right.
Yeah, and I'd sort of lean in closer at the end, and just like, keep an eye on Gouda. Doesn't look like he's too healthy.
He's been pushing himself today.
His old art, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, all that sausage.
I look at him, all that sausage.
And Greg ropes of it all over the last drop.
Just looking back, thinking back to all of the swathes of sausages that this man owns. And I wait for hopefully Gouda to die or take ill.
Before you leave?
No. We'll head back. I'm expecting word from Captain Conrad
Gotcha.
that if he falls ill, that he should come to me, as I am the most able-bodied person to do so.
All right.
Just
so
laundered my way into power.
Yes. Stumbled. We've got Jerry and York making their way back to the safe house. Not going to be very long. It really doesn't take that long to get there. Back at the safe house, Van has been outside on the balcony for a while. For those of you inside, Jerry's boys are just sort of like they've gone back to playing cards, mostly entertaining themselves. You haven't seen anything of Biltrude in at least an hour, and that's pretty much how it's been. Although it is getting very dark outside, and it's just sort of like closing in. It's kind of chilly in here, kind of cold. That's where you're at right now.
Is Alan out playing with the wolf, Mel?
The wolf? What are you talking about, lass?
The wolf from the wolf said he was running with us through the street.
A magnanimous
Did
dispensation.
you see him?
What about the £50 donation? Each member gets a magic item, but a gang or wizard or demon or otherwise bad guy somewhere in the city wants them.
Well, that's certainly...
Can go on the list of people that
It's
wants
about
us.
to be very likely. I have likely assassinated the most powerful gang man in
You know, Mel,
that's how soldiers arm themselves for battle. Okay.
I've been having thoughts, Mel, while I've been here. And I think we should go down to that temple opposite the wolf said, and I think we should set fire to it. I think you got to burn the rat's nest. And they got nice things that we could have and we could use.
You got a point. I don't know if we're in the shape to do that. Maybe...
I could
Van!
set fire to anything.
Van, are
Where's
you
Van?
running around in the yard naked still? He's... There are things happening. Oh, Jesus Lord. I mean, it's a good thought.
He once told me that he studied better when he was naked. He had a whole ritual with his book. It was weird.
But honestly explains why it always took him so long to answer the door sometimes.
I mean, it's polite to put your clothes on before you answer the door. I'm glad he's got that etiquette. Was raised right by that other dwarf guy that we met. What was his name?
Yeah.
Ferris?
Most of the time he was that, yeah. His father... Oh, shite. He's probably worried about his fucking father.
What, are y'all still inside? Yeah, yelling for Van. Van's not answering.
Yeah.
Oh, alright, I'll get up. And she's gonna, like, hop off the table, her weight will go on that dodgy left leg and go, whoa, and then she's just gonna start paddling like mad to get the momentum to get to the door and, like, grab onto the handle as, like, physical support. and try to open the door.
Mel's gonna half laugh at her for a second and then go to help her.
Don't you laugh, I got hit by a rat for you.
Yes, you did, but you don't... You can ask for help, you know. Fuck.
Alright, we'll try that after.
So you've lunged at the door and you've opened it. You see Van just standing there, like his hairy dwarf ass, just like right in front of you, and it's like he stepped outside and then is just like there, just standing.
Van, are you all right?
You can hear him calling for you, Van, but you can't see them. You can't find them at all.
I'm gonna
Mel, Molly, where are you?
By the
There's
door,
so much
I
wood.
imagine.
It's everywhere. There's white pine and some cedar. I think I'm allergic to that. But
by the door, I imagine they've got like one of those like walking stick umbrella stands. She's gonna take out the wooden umbrella that Miltrude has and poke Van in the ass with it.
And I assume we can't hear him, right?
Yeah, you can't hear him. He's just standing there like drooling, slack-jawed. He's got this vacant look in his eye. He doesn't seem to even react when you poke him.
You poke him a dwarf in the ass and he doesn't respond. There's something going on. Jesus fuck. And
Hold on,
Mel kind of goes in front of him. Yeah.
Just before Mel goes in front, I'm gonna adjust it so it's in the crack, and I'm gonna open up the umbrella.
Okay.
Yeah.
We need to have a lesson on consent now.
All right. So Molly attempts to miss.
People will move.
No, he doesn't move. He just stays there. Not all of you. Well, actually, all of you can hear something coming down the street. You can hear like the sound of crashing windows, of doors and awnings. There is a loud something that's reverberating down these narrow streets and alleyways. You can hear it kicking up cobblestones and the like. And there's maybe it's yelling. Maybe there's something on the wind. It's difficult to say, but you can all hear it. Van, you're still kind of stuck in this state. Let's see. Yeah, and Molly and Mel, you are out there listening to this, which otherwise there's nothing else going on.
And yeah, I'll go out, and Mel said she was going to go out to Van, so I'll go and look to see what's going on. Maybe see if I can get a better idea, go down to the street, kind of hobble down using the railing.
Okay. So you kind of like stumble down to the railing. Let's see, in terms of Van, I think willpower tests are going to be what gets you out of this mess here as you've sunken into a paranoid hallucination. Molly, I need an agility test from you to make it down the staircase. So are you dragging
4 degrees
in
of success?
4 degrees of success. Nice.
That is ability. That's like 6 degrees of failure, including my infection handicap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, you can hear Molly stumble down the stairs as you bring Van back in, and Molly, as you tumble down to the bottom of the steps, fresh bruises forming. You're like I said, there's a small courtyard. Alan's kennel is nearby, and then an open archway that exits out onto the street.
Wow!
Oh, Jesus. What did I tell you about not getting hurt anymore? Van, are you with me? Van?
Mal, I need that help we discussed.
I'm coming.
Am I with her?
You will be with her shortly. You can sort of like, the voice is getting louder. And as you, I don't know, what are you doing your hallucination here?
In my hallucination, he would start just full speed running, like down the stairs. Or whatever direction it sounds like the voices are coming from. Mm-hmm. He just starts just running. And if he doesn't see anything soon, he's probably just gonna like jump off the ledge because he probably can't see a ground, right?
Mm-hmm. No, you can't see the ground.
Because he's starting to think that this is some weird magic fuckery because of the warp stone. I mean, you're in a room with warp stone that explodes and breathing it in. Who knows what the hell's happening?
Exactly. As Van leaps off, you have that kind of like half sleep moment where you reflexively, twitch, and that like snaps Van up out of this stupor and wakes up with Mel sort of like standing over him.
Welcome back.
Oh my god!
There's something going on.
Melanie, there's stairs everywhere. They were made of wood. I was trapped. I'm sorry. Wait, what? What did you say?
There's something going out on the streets, and fucking Molly's falling on her ass, even though she knows she shouldn't be hightailing it anywhere. Yeah. I'm gonna scoop her up. Can you go see what's going on?
And at this point, does he hear like the sound of like just a cacophony heading this way?
Yeah, Mildred's poked her head out the door. Is like, what's that noise? Yeah.
Yeah, he hightails it to his construction and mounts up.
Good.
And we'll start to go look to see what that is.
All right. As you get down there, you and Molly's sort of like hobbling towards the open archway. Van is coming down there, sort of like supporting her and seeing. And as you peek down and out the direction that the noise is coming from, down this narrow walk, basically like a narrow street, a little more than an alleyway, you can see this hulking figure, very squat and powerful, with these really large limbs that appear to have some kind of maybe bone spurs or claws or something, very long fingers, extended claws and the like, and it's just like smashing its way down the street, and you could sort of hear it, "Where are you?" And it's like rushing and kicking up the cobblestones, and that's what they'll see.
At this point, I want to call Alan over to me because he's somewhere out here, right in the yard.
Yeah, Alan's up. Yeah.
I'm going for Alan, and then I'm going to be like, Alan, get Jerry! Go get Daddy! Go!
Yeah.
Mel's going to put the ring away and pull out the knife.
Okay. All right, Mel's got her knife out. That noise, that scream that you heard, both Jerry and York heard it as well as you're making your way through the back alleys back to your place. Let's go ahead and get everybody's initiative order real quick.
That's a D10 plus our initiative bonus.
D10 plus your initiative bonus, yes.
Do you want York and I to roll as well? Or...
Yes, just to have you in the queue. Yep. Fan at 12.
7 for Jerry.
Okay.
5, Molly.
5 for
Molly.
York, the king of wizards. Sorry.
What's y'all's? Who has the higher initiative for between York and Molly?
Mine's 2. I imagine it's Molly.
Mine's 3.
Okay. And how about Mel?
I got a
9. Nice. All right.
Actually, I think I got a 7. My +2 didn't add. I think I'm 7.
I got a 7 as well, but I have a +3. So
okay.
Very displaced.
All right. Then the initiative order is going to be Van, Mel, myself, Jerry, York, then Molly, and it will take. If you guys are just like running, it'll take 2 rounds starting on this turn to make it back to your safe house for York and Jerry. So, Van, you see this creature coming down, distinctly humanoid, but monstrously so. And everywhere it stomps, the cobblestones break and splinter. It sort of like occasionally rips up a bunch of them and scatters them down the street. That's what you see.
Alrighty. So Van is going to make sure that everything in the Iron Bear is prepared. Because in the arms, like, he has spots for pistols to be mounted in there. It's a bitch to like reload them, but once they're loaded, he at least got those shots. So he's gonna go ahead and use this round to the 2 pistols that he had left, like load them into each arm so they're like ready to go. and then he's going to adopt a defensive position near the archway, kind of just preparing for that thing to come around the corner.
Okay, so you're sort of like waiting for it to come and attack. Okay. How about Molly? Van has gone off to his bear and is tinkering with it.
Molly is sending Alan to go and get Jerry. I feel like this is something we trained this dog to do. This is the only thing this dog knows how to do is fetch Jerry.
That's why it's lived this long.
Find the drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Alive.
Find Daddy and the drugs.
It's probably just smell of drugs. Biggest smell of drugs in the next couple of miles is just true.
Yeah.
What else?
Gruff ain't got shit on him.
Right. What else do you do, Molly?
I think I'm just gonna duck back behind the arch and just kind of wiggle myself into the corner so I don't fall over.
Okay, gotcha.
And just kind of feel around for my shank, which I think is literally the only weapon I have on me.
Okay. So there we go. I think I got Mel and Molly. I think I got Mel and Molly's turn mixed up. So actually, Mel, it's your turn. Normally Molly would go last. Mel,
she'd be making sure Molly was okay anyway, so I'm fine. I'm fine.
So you're outside as well.
Yeah, I'm making sure Molly's in a place where she's not gonna get hurt, and then maybe I'll go to start to move to Van. But Molly's more injured, so that's where my focus is.
All right, sounds good. So Mel and Molly are down in the courtyard while Van has got his construct there waiting to see what happens. You hear it careening down the street, and as it does, you can start hearing a bit more and more of what it kind of sounds like. Van!
Oh my god.
Jerry, it's your turn.
I am running.
I hate you,
or I guess if I'm close enough to hear what is going on, then I know it's back home. Then yeah, I'll be running as fast as I can, getting out my trusty brick.
Magic brick.
Yep. Come on, y'all, let's go, son. Grab the brick.
All right.
Run back.
That's Jerry. York, it's your turn.
Can I run as well? Can I start channeling up a spell, or would I be able to do that and run? So I'll just do a normal channeling test. 4. That's loads of success levels.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
you feel a surge of power rushing through you as you do it as well. It's unlike most attempts to cast magic before.
Yeah, it'll feel like this power that's coming to me. I'm going to take my throne as the king of wizards. So that spurs me on, and I carry on running.
Okay. Carry on running, casting spell. Molly, it would technically be your turn. You're hiding with Mel after having sent Alan. At this point, you can... Jerry and York can hear Alan barking after you. Van, it is your turn. A shadow, you can see it now. It is close at hand and making its way towards the block of flats where you're at. It is nearly at the open archway. It is your turn.
Okay. Well, a monstrosity just yelled my name, so there's no hiding. So Van's gonna just like pop around the corner and totally like fucking Iron Man, just like hold his bear paw up, and a gunshot's gonna fire off out of the palm.
All right.
I get a wild magic surge on my brick as well. By the way, I'll roll that for my next turn.
All right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
How far away is he?
I mean, if you rush out of the archway, he's point blank. So that's like a plus. Yeah, that's easy. That's an easy shot.
Plus how much?
Plus 40.
Oh, it is?
Easy.
Oh, well, then I hit him.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I only failed by a degree, so...
okay.
So that means I passed by 2 degrees then? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, it adds 40 to your stat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you pass by 2 degrees plus the damage of the pistol, which I do believe is plus 7.
It's plus 8.
Oh yeah.
The bullet's
plus 8.
Plus
bullet.
So it's plus 9 with the bullet, and it's impact. So if he's got armor, it bypasses 1 point of armor or whatever. So anyway,
He does not look like he has armor. As you come out now, you see your father, Ferris, has been monstrously transformed. His head, where that scar was, has sort of split open, and a ridge of bony spikes has kind of come out the top, and then along the brow ridge, knuckles. His arms and shoulders are just like, his arms and shoulders are like comically out of proportion to the rest of him. Like, they didn't do anything with his legs. They're still just kind of like small, and he pushes off the pavement and he comes at you with these giant clawed limbs. No armor. He appears to be wearing the same clothes as you left him. And that was what?
No! Even as I'm shooting, I scream no as I pull the trigger. Yeah,
he's got a crazed look. His eyes are shot through with deep emerald green as you shoot him. All right, excellent. That's Van. Everyone hears the gunshot and the scream, and as they clash there in the narrow streets of Middenheim. Mel, it is your turn.
I'm gonna move behind Van, in between Van and Molly, and realize what's going on. And realize this is gonna be a struggle for him. Do I still have the pistol from the fight before, or did somebody take that off me?
I would assume you still have it.
Let's draw it at the least. She's gonna hesitate a second, but because she doesn't usually fire guns, but she's gonna pull it out.
Okay. Ready to go. All right, so you've got an attack ready in case it comes close to you. Otherwise, still sort of in hiding where you're at.
Yeah.
All right, here goes my turn. This thing barrels into Van's construct and is just trying to like claw and rip and smash its way through. So first attack, just forget, everybody just has one attack. I got a 3. This is 3 degrees of success for myself.
Well, Charis is also giving a wild magic surge to the big man baby panda. Good luck, Gareth.
I will attempt to dodge. Now, for this thing, I know you said use the stats of a bear as the kind of the base for it, like for like the physical stats. So does that come with my dodge also?
I would say like you have to use its base characteristic, but you can use your skill.
Right.
Like the dodge skill would be your ability to agility 25.
So it'll be 35 is my target number, and I got 2 degrees of success.
It's 1 degree of success left over after all that, and then the rest of it. That is going to be. Let's see. I'm going to use my damaging quality to turn that 1 degree of success into 5, allowing me to use my stat instead of the success levels that I get. So that's going to be 14 points of damage to the construct as it just smashes in.
Okay.
Shit.
So does the construct itself, if I use its toughness and armor, is that basically like my armor? How do you want to handle that? We never actually.
I'm kind of like we're sort of playing this. We're play testing as we play. The way that I'll handle it is that it's got to get through the bear's wounds to start attacking you. And so getting through the bear's wounds represents like pulling planks off, pulling back metal plates and stuff, and the like. We might do crits on the bear as well to represent like pulling an arm off or something like that, but it's going to be immune to most crits.
Okay. Where is wounds? Oh shit!
28 wounds. It's got 28 wounds.
Oh my god. Okay. So
but I still reduce thing after all.
Yeah. Do I still reduce the damage though by the toughness?
You still got toughness. You still got armor. Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. So you did 14. So I did 9. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
All right. I'm done. Jerry, it's your turn. You round the corner to see Van's Iron Bear and what looks like a gigantic, ogre-sized, overarmed dwarf thing fighting it.
Well, brick in hand. Looks at Brick, looks at creature, looks to York and says, brick and runs towards the creature. He has no fear for his own immediate death. So if it takes my second round to get there, then I guess the next round
you're
I
right
will.
there. You can attack right there. Yeah, you can move and attack.
Okay, yeah. Let's just hope I don't annoy it too much. I had a lot of brick at it. Could I have said that I picked up another form of weaponry at Conrad's?
I mean, first off, you could have, right? There were tables of weapons there. All sorts of swords and axes, as well as larger ones. They like raided the militia armory before they quit. Yeah.
I've probably picked up a just a stupidly big sword. Is what he's done. Like, just no skill on how to use it, no training. But he just like picked the biggest weapon he could find because he thought it looked cool. So I
you know what you could have grabbed if they had one is a flail, because it looks like bricks on rope and you're just swinging multiple bricks
that's
on
an even
rope.
better idea. Yeah,
You also change
yeah,
it around your brick and turn it into a flail.
definitely. He's attracted to the flail, and he would probably mod it if he survives to have bricks on the end of it.
Nice.
So yeah, he'll have a flail, but he'll lob a brick first of all, because I don't want to get too close just yet. Just want to guess the size of this creature. And that is a miss. The brick sails wide.
It's a great
and then
throw.
it like ducks back into cover before it notices. Probably doesn't even catch its attention. Just the brick sailing over its head. Get in!
Magnanimous dispensation.
Oh, holy moly! And what bit on it is 50 pounds. Can the brick become sentient and magical? Sigmar wills it.
Your magic brick, or like the brick you just threw?
Well, I think that probably was my magic brick because I only have one.
Okay, so you threw your magic brick. All right.
This is the brick that has bricked many a people to death. He just carries it with him everywhere. So it is somewhat magically infused. So maybe it could become sentient with the power of Christmas. As Jerry throws it out. Oh my god.
Sorry, did you just say the power of Christmas?
Yes. It's like the end of a Christmas movie where Terry believes for a second and then
suddenly all the spirits of the people you've killed with it appear to Jerry and start giving him advice. Like maybe it's something like that where it's like all the ones you've eaten and killed just comment and are there. They're not even mad. They're just
Instead
there.
of Clippy, it's Bricky. I see you're trying to bludgeon a corpse.
Yes. They're just ultra critical and nitpick everything Jerry does. Chorus of nagging ghosts.
I throw the brick and I miss, but at least it becomes sentient when that happens. So it's kind of a win.
Yeah. Ernesta shows up and she's like, that's kind of a bad throw.
Fucking bricked you to death, love. Shut up. I say to the wall, like, while York's on your own.
York rounds the corner. Maybe Jerry's talking to somebody or said something. You've got a spell that you've been channeling. It's your turn.
I've still got to channel a bit more. I'm not quite there yet. I've not peaked.
Okay.
So we will channel. No, I will spend a fortune point to undo that fucker. 43. Okay. I think I'm about there now. So yeah, that's the end of my turn. I've channeled enough energy, so I'm going to unleash next round. I'm just going to kind of stay peeking my head around the corner, trying to stay out of trouble, looking after this big wall of Jerry's bricks.
All right.
He's now talking to.
That he's now talking to. All right, continuing to channel. That's good. Molly, it is your turn. You can hear what... Well, you really can't hear much over the sound of Ferris and Van fighting each other.
I think I'm gonna hear it kicking off, and I'm gonna grab the chain that Alan kind of drags and just pull him back from the fight because it doesn't sound good, it doesn't look good, and obviously Jerry's probably here now, so just pull him back and he can.
Alan!
Sit, Alan, sit!
It's
Alan's
my brick!
Alan's there, and he's got a brick in his mouth,
Alan caught it.
Yeah.
I always play fetch with him. I just lob bricks as he catches.
That's a good boy, Alan. That's it. Yeah, you got Daddy's brick. Good job. And if he does have his brick, I want to take the brick from Alan, and then I'll throw the brick back in the direction of Jerry via the beastie.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yes.
I only have a
Yeah, you can do
shank,
that.
so I can't do very much else.
Yeah, that's true. You just have a little stabber.
I'll do a weighty stabber. Ooh, 24. Okay, let me check my ballistic skill. Oh, but that's like at -2, so it's technically a fail. It's like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
failure.
Ooh. Yeah, you know, it clatters. You fall short, and the brick sort of like clatters out into the open street at the feet of Van and Ferris. But you can hear Alan barking. Clearly, someone is attempting to fight back. Van, it's your turn.
Okay, with tears starting to fill his eyes as he's like kind of screaming like, "No, Dad, no!" But he's like in the middle of a fight. I mean, you can't. He's not gonna not fight when his life is on the line. As this thing is rending his monstrosity apart to get at him. So he's going to just like rake a claw like right across, try to go right across his face. I guess we just want to handle it like just a weapon with the bear strength, right?
Yeah, we'll just handle it that way.
Well, assuming I hit.
So you use its stats, but if you have like a melee basic, you could use that skill.
So yeah, that's a miss.
Yeah. I got 3 negative levels myself to defend it, but you missed as well. So it's just like clawing and pawing at each other. Mel, it's your turn. Molly has decided to join the fight.
I'm gonna make sure I'm firmly in between the creature and Molly, and I'm gonna shoot.
All right.
I can see Van struggling, but it needs to be put down.
Sounds good. That's
It's
ballistic
his
skill
gun,
plus. Yeah.
I would have
gave you.
no skill. I don't know.
So you just roll your ballistic. Just roll the BS skill then. If you don't have any other skill in it,
All right.
Free wild magic surges for Bear Vanson from Mr. Bogey. Love it.
Awesome.
Well, I guess that was wild. I was wildly successful, so apparently I have some. I just know how to fucking shoot for some reason.
All right. So that is how many? What's your ballistic skill?
38.
38. Okay. So wow, gosh, that's gonna be 3 degrees success. Then actually, gosh, more than that. And then the pistol is. This is some great. Pistol's 8. All right. Excellent. Mel's shot rings out into the night and hits the mutated Ferris, which makes it now my turn. Let's get these wild magic surges out of the way, though. While I'm
York had one, which was any writing implement used by York breaks or runs dry. So we can never use any writing implement.
That's really bad for a fucking wizard.
That
sucks.
Shit, dude.
Pretty
Start
bad.
chiseling that shit into stone.
Yeah. You just fucking cuneiform tablets is all that York can do. If Van is wearing a magic ring, he weeps tears of honey.
Mm-hmm. I'm just too sweet.
And the nearest town, Widdenheim presumably, is actually hidden within a modern wildlife preserve.
Oh my god!
And
Life
last but
finds a
not by
way.
no means least,
Right.
Van's feet,
Smith Major.
Van's feet can rotate 360 degrees at the ankle without harming him.
So I can
walk
literally
around.
turn on heel.
So maybe
Yep.
the bag can just entirely
It's the
swivel
bear,
around.
rotate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think without harming him. Okay, yeah. It's got like a gear term. All right, nearest town is actually hidden within a modern wildlife. All right, it's like that one, the village. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right within a
What?
All right, it is my turn as mutated Ferris reels from being attacked by Mel, but its ire is reserved for Van, and I'm going to use a crit on one of my 2 crits to hit Van here. So let's see.
I'm gonna use my crit to dodge this.
Ooh, what is your? Let's see.
Doesn't want to lose the bear suit.
Yeah, well,
yet.
how many degrees of success would you get with a?
3.
You just get 3. Yeah, I get 4. We're gonna smash into each other, and then all right.
Sounds like a Davis.
I know, right?
And
It's
smash.
smash. Where is my injury table? Here it is. What's going to happen to this thing? All right. It smashes into Van, and there is a resounding crunch as it attempts to. It's like attacking the central portion of your construct, and. All right. Otherwise, this would be cracked ribs. The hit cracks one of the more ribs, granting the stunned condition. I'm just going to say this: I want Van to make me just a regular toughness roll to see if you're not battered about by this attack.
Okay.
And the construct is also going to take another 14 points of damage.
So that's 2 degrees of success technically.
Mm-hmm. So you're not you're not battered about or stunned from it hitting, but
You
your
said
construct
14?
is taken another hit. 14. And mutated Ferris is done. It seems as though it is ignoring the rest of you, just like double-handed fisting, slamming down on this construct, and you can hear Van sort of like rattling around inside of it as they do battle. Jerry, it is your turn.
Do I see the brick?
Mm-hmm. You see the brick. You're gonna have to get up in melee to get it.
It calls to me. And I am going to pick up the brick as Anesta is like taunting me. Oh, I'm gonna use this brick. Say what I did you love. And get closer, or get hopefully behind it, and sort of socket one with the magic brick.
Yes. All right.
Oh, that's pretty good. Damn good roll. That is 4 degrees of success from Jerry.
All right. 4 degrees of success from Jerry. It is attempting to. Let's see. It's really just attempting to dodge out of the way, which is going to be 5. Or sorry, not 5, but not quite. 3 degrees of success to get out of the way of it. So I guess that leaves 1 left over with which to do damage with for Jerry.
Okay, so what is the base damage of a magic brick, which is now sentient?
So the base damage would be 2 because it's an improvised weapon. It's magic, which maybe gives it something like impact or something. I'd probably give it like a quality, impact. And then now that it's sentient, if you want, we could do like a returning style brick, like just like it's always in your pocket or something.
Comes back
Thor's
to me,
brick.
Thor's brick. But it's,
Thor's brick, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that is 7. What does impact do in this game again?
Impact, I
Ignores
do believe
1
lets
point
you.
of armor.
Yeah, it lets you
Okay.
ignore 1 point of armor.
So I do 7 damage, which ignores 1 point of armor. And as I club it with I probably just lob the brick at it, and then I scurry away, and I get a strange sense of power as I hold out my hand towards the brick, as it just returns to me in my hand.
Brick.
So I don't want to be in melee range because I feel like I'm going to get killed by it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure if that does any meaningful damage to it, but hopefully it at least does something.
It seems to have hurt it. It seems to have. All right, Jerry's turn. York, it is your turn.
So I've used all my channeling tests to surge the energy within myself. I'm going to cast Creeping Menace, which I've posted in the Fantasy Grounds Now my attempt to cast. That's a 5. So that goes off.
Yes.
York's gonna summon. So they literally rise out of the ground in front of this thing. A swarm of giant spiders, which are gonna latch on and start fucking it up.
All right. A swarm of giant spiders that sort of comes up out of the torn up cobblestones and drain pipes and sewer vents of the back alley to begin to attack. Now, does it say anything about when they go? Do they go on your turn or anything like that?
So they last for willpower bonus rounds. So my willpower bonus is they're going to be around for 4 rounds.
Okay. All right. So let's do this. You go ahead and I don't really have stats for a whole swarm of them. Let's go ahead and make me some rolls for the ones that are closest to.
So it just says use the standard profile for a giant spider and just add the swarm trait. So just
Gotcha.
a standard attack is going to be a 79.
That's a big miss. That's like 4 degrees of missing.
That's a bad miss.
That's a bad miss.
But
All
I
right, I'll
imagine
look
they're
at
just
this.
kind of swarming over the top of it or towards
All right. Excellent. All right, Molly, a bunch of giant spiders have appeared seemingly out of nowhere and are swarming over the mutant Ferris, which is doing battle with your friend Van. What would you like to do?
I am going to duck back behind the arch. I'm going to grope myself my hip flask and discover that it's not there. It's probably fallen out at some point. And I'm just going to hide behind this pillar because there is very little that Molly can contribute other than not getting in the way.
All right.
Maybe occasionally her head sticks out and goes, "Yeah, get him! Good job, Van. Yeah, watch the left. Oh, well, Jerry, good job with the brick." And then she'll duck back.
And then she'll duck back. All right. Yelling
All right.
encouragement and the like. People are looking out their windows as well as all this is going on. Thank
Can
you
I
for
make
that.
some sort of role, like, just to inspire them, like a bard in D&D?
With your
Some
entertainment?
sort of... I have a leadership skill.
You do have the leadership skill. Normally that would let you like make a roll and then like bank success levels that you could give to others. So go ahead and make me a gosh. I mean, charm is kind of here.
I've got charm skill, but a lot of charm.
Yeah. Charm is kind of like you're trying to be encouraging and sort of supportive of everything. Yeah, I can see where you're going with this.
We'll
Or
try.
leadership, I guess. Or if you have leadership, that would be another.
Alright, that's a 15, and I have leadership. My leadership skill is 43, or my charm skill is 56. So even with my 2 degrees of failure added in from fever, that is still at least 1 success level.
Yeah,
Either
yeah,
skill.
okay. Yeah, all right. So I'll say we'll work at it like this. You've got for charm, you said that was 50 something.
Yeah,
We'll say
56.
that for those who are actively fighting the creature, so that's Van and Jerry so far, you have a floating success level to give yourself whenever you'd like for that. As Molly's sort of like she's got a different view of the fight and is yelling out encouragement and tips things. That's Molly. Van, you're up next.
Okay.
Sure, go, Van.
Yeah, so he's not had too much success trying to hit him, and he's got 1 pistol left. So in melee, he's just gonna like take that last hit and then kind of grab Ferris and just put his paw like up to the side of his head and like pull the trigger on his second pistol.
No.
And the whole time, like you could probably hear Van like crying. Like he is like openly weeping. He's not actually saying anything. He's just kind of mumbling, as he's doing this.
Point blank like that'll be a very easy shot. So you can add 60 to your ballistic skill.
I'm gonna need it. Fuck. 60, so that's 110. So, no, 55. So that's 105. I'll go ahead and give myself use that floating success level to give me 3 degrees of success on that
That's
shot.
crit because it's an 88 as well. That's a double.
It is true. Yeah, so that's 3 degrees plus 9, so that's 12 damage. And
Yeah, go ahead and
you
give me
need to roll a crit.
go ahead and give me the flat damage, and then roll a crit for the head table there.
Okay.
You said total.
It's going to be 12 damage and 58 on the crit table.
All right, 58. And does it ignore any armor? Forget.
It has impact and penetrating. So I think penetrating does extra damage when you aren't wearing armor.
If you wouldn't mind looking that up, I know that impact
I'm on it right now.
It doesn't let you ignore armor. It lets you take the singles place of your die roll and add it to your damage. So in this case, you got an 8. You would add 8 to the damage. Right.
So that'd be 20.
Yeah. All right. And you got... Oh, jeez. All right. Let's go ahead and... you see Van put... the construct's paw up against mutant Ferris's head, and there is a loud explosion as the gun goes off, and it goes out Ferris's eye, and it takes the eye with it, sort of like blows off half of his face, and you can just see that all of his sinuses, this part of the brow ridge, cheek is just missing, gone, but that it has not stopped him from going and from fighting. But it did give him pause as he kind of like slumps down and has to readjust. Yes, nice. That was Van. It's Mel's turn.
Oh God. Okay. Mel's gonna be stupid. She's gonna go in and try to stab it.
All right.
While it's being distracted from being shot, she's gonna attempt to get a stab in while she can.
Sounds good. Mel comes
Get him, Mel.
launching out of the courtyard.
Not very
Alright.
strong. Did I you want strength on this?
This is weapon skill. Plus, if you have
Weapon
any points
skill.
in melee basic, would be. But I got terrible. I got 5 degrees of failure.
Good, because
Is Mel using the big knife that Molly gave her, or something else?
yes. I have 40, so that's pretty fail on me as well.
It's a messy hit. But so if you had 40, then that 40 flat, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's still, you have, relative to me, you did better. And so
Okay.
you land, you'll land a hit there. I think it's going to be 2 plus the weapon damage.
So that was a 4 base plus weapon skill, I think.
Plus strength, your strength bonus. 4 plus your strength bonus.
My strength is 36.
So
Yeah,
3.
so
So
it's
7 plus 2 is 9.
Yep, 9 total damage. All right. Here we...
Not bad for Mel.
So Mel comes in after Van basically shoots half of its face off and comes in and stabs it. There's a brief moment where it's kind of stunned that you take advantage of, but then it stirs to life as it gets to be my turn and takes its frustrations out on this iron bear thing. I'm going to crit again on the bear.
Oh, man. It was York that dies, Jim, not Van.
Oh, yes.
Oh God.
I got 2 degrees of success on my dodge.
Hey.
I'm actually shocked. I might get
Might
ripped out
live.
of this bear right now.
2 degrees success on that. First mine.
Yep.
That's 1. So it's going to be 10 damage plus. It's not too bad.
So that's the exact amount of hit points that the bear had left.
Okay.
10.
At 10 left. It's going to take a little more from this attack here as it's smashes down on the main body of the bear again, splintering it, It would have taken one more wound if it had that, but there's otherwise no. This is one of those crit rolls where, because it's a construct, nothing really happens. But you're kind of exposed, right? You can see into it. Everybody can see Van in his little. I don't know what it looks like if you're.
I mean, he's just like in the torso of this bear. Like it, he kind of sits up in the shoulders of it, so his arms go in the arms and his head's in the head, but he's kind of standing in the torso, and its legs kind of.
Is it like that right dude in Sonic, where he's like sat in the Megatron thing?
No. I mean, not really. Like it. I mean, I envision it as it's like a fucking Iron Man suit. Like he's inside this construct. So right now he's looking a little bit like Tony Stark at the end of Avengers: Infinity War, where all of his pieces are missing, and like he's just being ripped out of this suit. And so I would assume that now there's a naked Van Ferrison almost coming out of this suit as it's tumbling around him.
There you go. That makes it Jerry's turn. Naked dwarf in a barrel. Jerry.
I shout, Van! And I lob the brick at the rat creature, and I would like to use my natural 20 in order to critically hit the Leroy Ratkins before
Leroy Ratkins.
Where he kills me.
Leroy Ratkins.
Like 4 degrees of success.
All right. Go ahead and roll me that crit D100 then. Are you aiming for any particular place?
The back of its skull.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead and roll that crit and then
crit. The crit is a 67.
Alright. Alright, here we go. Let's see here. So it's one of like you're sort of like trying to hurl it and then have its return hit it in the back of the head, and instead it breaks its nose somehow. Maybe skips off a building and ricochets into its nose as you're hurling it. But it needs to make a challenging test, or it might potentially be stunned. So do this real quick. Ooh, yeah, I don't think a 99 is going to pass a thing. It appears stunned as it's sort of tottering and teetering after being hit by this brick.
Nice. I brick it. Get him now! Get him now!
Get it!
And that is all I can do.
All right. York, it is your turn. Jerry's just bricked it.
The swarm, I'll do with that first. I imagine I'm a bit like Mickey Mouse in Fantasia, controlling these spiders with my arms and getting them to swarm further. So they do get a bit of a bonus to their attack. That's still not going to be enough, though. They are going to. So at the end of last round and this round, he's going to take 1 wound each round, just for being engaged by this swarm because they're writhing all over his body. And I'm also, can I kind of just run to where Jerry's ex's house was, and can I yell up to the people as my action? Get the fuck down here, you pieces of shit. Don't stop hiding. You can throw a pan at this thing if you want.
Sure, yeah, you run and start screaming at them. The stone... I'm still hanging on to pieces of fucking rat that I've chopped up. So I'm just going to lob like half this rat's torso at this thing. It's not going to do any damage, but just fucking toss it at it because I'm carrying it around. So there is a you had this buildup and release of energy. York did cast your spell last round, but you still feel it like sitting there in you, this magical energy that's coursing through you. Normally it's like a buildup and you cast it and it dissipates, but it's stayed with York, and you can hear as you're yelling up to to Jerry's men.
Soon, York, the hour approaches. Soon.
And that makes it Molly's turn.
I think since York's yelled up to the Easties and there's been the call to come and kill this thing, Molly will run like her little legs depend on it, with her shank out and try and shank Yukstad.
All right.
War cry has been made. And I'd like to use my nat 20, please.
All right. Sounds good. You got your
Because
nat
otherwise
20.
I'm not going to hit this thing.
Right. You got your nat 20.
That's
It's
my
covered in
thinking as well.
swarming spiders and it seems to be teetering and is stunned. Let's see.
That'd be location 71 if we're reversing the die. Roll that. And my shank is 1d4. No, sorry, plus 4. So, and my degrees of success would be 3 minus 2, so 1. So it'd be 5 points of stabby damage.
Okay. And then what is your...
Oh, wait. I have allies in range, right? They give me additional success levels?
there's 2 allies in range, I believe. Well, Van is, so that would be 1 extra success level from that. And given that you charged, that would be an advantage from that, so that'd be another success level.
Nice. So that's 7 stabby damage.
Nice. Go ahead and roll me a D100 for the crit, and that is severely
74.
wounded. Oh my god.
That's a nice high number.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, as you sink your dagger deep into its side or its back, and you can see like blood sort of pouring out of it, as well as other fluids that you don't immediately recognize as biological. And
Which is unusual. I'm familiar with quite a lot of biological fluids.
This is true.
Sorry.
This is true. And it appears as though Mutant Ferris is teetering on the edge. Van, it is your turn.
All right. So if you allow a little creative license here, Jim, seeing his father teetering on the edge and knowing what needs to be done, what Van is going to attempt to do, basically like break off one of those bone protrusions and then just like stab him with it and put him out of his own misery. Because he's thinking like, oh, if this thing is made of these things, it is susceptible to these things. Or he'll just grab a piece of his own, construction, his own construct and stab him.
All right. That sounds good. Breaking off a bone spur and attacking Mutant Ferris with this. All right. You don't have any crits, so this is a roll off here.
It's a roll off. I hit last time, so I get an advantage from that.
Mm-hmm.
Molly's there, so that's another advantage.
Correct.
I rolled a 42.
Yeah.
So that gives me 2 degrees of success. That's 4. And then what kind of weapon is this? Improvised?
We'd call it more like a dagger, really. I mean, it's pretty nasty looking bone spike.
So what is that? Plus 2?
Plus 4.
Plus
yeah,
4?
Dagger's plus 4.
So that's plus 7. So yeah, it's 11 damage.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a crit then.
53.
No, good. All right. This could be it, though, nevertheless. As the party swarms around and attacks this mutant monstrosity, you said 43?
53 for the crit.
53. Okay, 53 for the crit. And here we go. Another, stab of this at this monster causes it to slump down, and you can see that it's got most of the fight knocked out of it and is quickly bleeding out after you've stabbed it for a second time. You're bleeding out of Molly's wound. Mel's shot it as well. There's a big gun wound in the side, and half of its face is missing, and it was bashed in by a brick as well. And it seems as though the mutant that is Ferris is quickly running out of life force in this narrow alley. Mel, it's your turn, but there's no one that's fighting at the moment. The spiders are also there, biting and chewing and stinging and all that business against it.
At this point, I'd probably grab Molly and pull her back, even though it looks like it's done fighting. I want to make sure she's out of range in case it does strike one last time.
Okay, so you pull Molly back. All right, and okay. Jerry, it's your turn.
Oh God.
The creature's dead, right?
It seems like it. It hasn't moved. It's like slumped against the wall of the house at the opposite street. And right now, because the spiders last, I think, like how many more rounds for York? At least 2 more rounds?
This and the next round, I think.
Yeah, that's what I think too. So they're just like swarming over it, chewing and biting and stinging it. It hasn't moved since Van stabbed it.
I get the brick and I just start bashing in its skull with the brick until I'm certain that it's fucking dead.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Jerry begins
Fucking
to
die!
smash in this brick, and you can feel the cannibalistic urges as its mutagenic blood splashes all over you, rising up within you, Jerry.
Oh, is this something I could try and resist?
You can attempt to, yeah, with like a cool test. We'll treat it like a psychology effect.
I 46. Unless there's some bonus, then I am probably not able to resist.
I think it's willpower plus the cool skill.
Nope.
Nope.
I start drinking this blood of the creature. As Jerry looks like he's gone into a blood frenzy. Mm-hmm. As I just start bricking this thing over and over and over and over, and eventually I stop and start licking the blood off the brick.
But it's okay, because Van is okay with cannibalism. That's another Wild Magic Surge, right?
I was waiting. Yeah, I was waiting for my turn to say something.
So. We're out of combat. All this is sort of happening.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
yeah.
Okay, in that case, when Jerry comes up and hits Ferris the first time, that happens, and then if he goes to hit him again, Van will step up and stop him and be like, "That's enough. Just leave it be. Just." And he kind of reaches down to the monstrosity that was his father, and he'll just kind of put his hand, just ignoring the spiders crawling all over him, and just kind of delicately hold the side of his face that still exists that he didn't blow off, and just, I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry, being a disappointment. I'll get these fuckers.
finally stops and puts down the brick, but it teleports back to his hand.
Well, don't waste that, Jerry. It's a holy sacrament, but we both know that. Doesn't change how hard this is.
The fuck is that thing, man?
It's what they did to him. Don't you remember? Oh, you weren't in the room. I'm sorry. The Skaven sorcerer, he said that Ferris was almost ready. This is what he did. Which means we need to find that other fucker. Because he's going to turn into one of these things, too.
Well, get him, and
we got to kill him, Jerry.
We'll have a fucking army at our side.
We got to kill them all, Jerry.
Yeah.
And then Van just kind of turns around and just...
too.
Van just gets up and just starts walking in a direction. It doesn't... I'm not sure which direction he starts walking, but he just starts walking away from this scene.
Okay. Van starts walking off. How about everybody else? Van is, like I said, walking away.
He kind of just walks out of his suit and just leaves it behind.
Naked down the street.
I think Jerry lets him be.
Dwarven ass just glistening in the sun as he just walks off.
I think having seen the scene and having made the rush to Van's father and everything, and having seen Jerry eat eat/drink the blood, Molly's gonna just promptly throw up because she feels like crap. This is really disgusting and not okay. And she's just gonna throw up in the corner.
All right.
Well,
Mel will probably, Mel's gonna tell one of the people that came out late to the fight to go get Molly some fucking water and maybe a little bit of bread.
They're coming down and sort of like they ask Jerry, like, Jerry, boss, what you want us to do with this guy upstairs?
Who?
That mage that was at the Wolf's Head the other day.
I gotta talk to him, I guess. But
right.
whilst I got you all gathered here, I should let you know. Pretty sure I killed Big Gouda, or at least he's gonna die soon.
Whoa! What are you doing, boss?
I got the brick in my hand, making a play. Son, that's what we're doing.
All right.
Finally, it's our turn.
A magnanimous
Get
dispensation.
fucked again by Sigma. What we're doing is £50 for a spum fountain to appear when the party chooses.
Jesus.
Don't ask, Jim. Don't ask. Well, one day, soon, we will rule as kings over Midnight, just like the Gouda did. And when that is the time, I'm going to place a whole fountain of spum right in the fucking center of it. A big old erection to us, statues of will be kings. So, he'll be fucking dead, because he's going to die soon. I poisoned him with a lot of drugs, so I'm going to kill him most likely.
There you go.
And we will then rule. York's going to be king of the wizards. And you all will be captains and my lieutenants, etc. in Jerry's gang. And they'll call me Big Brick.
Ooh, big brick.
'Cause I got a big brick.
I'm gonna stoop down to the rubble that I imagine was kind of created by Van's father all around, and I want to pick up a chunk of brick and just hold it up and say, "Big brick!" because I can see which way this tide's going.
Molly joins in. All right, here before we have to wrap up. Van has wandered off seemingly by himself, as it seems as though everyone else is gathered around Jerry, or at least Jerry and Molly have. I'm curious what York and Mel are doing here in the immediate aftermath.
Like
first.
as go ahead. As Van walked off, I wanted the last thing he heard as he was walking off, like York just to clap his hands and go, "That's a bit of a shame, but I'm gonna be king of the fucking wizards," and I want that to be the last fucking thing, just as that's in his head with this horrible thing happening.
All right.
I think while Mel's okay with everything that's going on, she's gonna pull out the ring again.
Okay.
That was willpower?
Willpower plus cool if you have any points in it.
That is a failure. I have 45.
All right. So
This
Mel
is a good
puts on
time
the
to
ring.
disappear.
Just disappear. All right, making some notes real quick. As like Jerry and Molly have got these bricks, and there's 3 or 4 of Jerry's men who are kind of down there, like, yeah, kind of getting up into it. York and Van are having their little moment, and no one really notices Mel just seemingly disappear. All right, let me make a note.
With like 1 success level, can I be encouraging a crowd to form around Jerry to join in the big brick chanting?
Yes.
People opening their like tenement windows and
Oh, well, there's like a bunch of people who are looking out because of the fight. It made a lot of noise. And in fact, as you, as sort of like Van wanders off and the rest everything kind of die down, you hear other sounds from other streets and in adjacent neighborhoods, similar sorts of crashing and screams and the sound of property damage and fighting going on as you, as like I said, as everything dies down. And in fact, here, I'd like everyone to make me perception tests real quick.
Well, everybody there, right?
Yeah, everybody there, right? Yeah.
It won't matter if I perceive anything.
All right, man. All right.
Oh,
2
Molly's
degrees
busy
of
yelling
success.
brick the bourgeoisie.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys seem to all be sort
Jerry's
of caught
sounding
up.
like a French Revolution hero with a brick on top of a mound.
Van, you can see hunched and cloaked figures moving along the rooftops of the city at night as you're sort of walking away, kind of just a glimpse of them up above. But the more curious thing is what appears to be happening to York. As York, you realize since this fight's been over, someone has been whispering something in a language you don't quite understand until you realize it's been Eamon whispering in some sort of demonic language in your ear. And you look down and sort of like the tips of your fingers are emitting some kind of light. It appears to be polychromatic and kaleidoscopic. And those of you around, you might not have seen what's going on the rooftops, but both really kind of Molly notices that Van appears to be glowing. A halo, like an aurora borealis around it. Sorry, not Van, York. Yeah, York.
Okay.
York. York appears to be glowing, sort of like an aurora borealis-like effect of polychromatic energy that's surrounding him.
Is it like the Warpstone Blair when I went all funky on Warpstone? Is that the same?
Yeah, it's a lot like that, yes. You can sort of see the wisps of the colors of magic as they gather around and coalesce around York. And York, you feel this spell that you cast a minute ago continuing to gather energy and gather and accumulate magical power. You now sort of feel it like a physical thing in the pit of your stomach that's there. What does York do?
I imagine I'm just kind of staring at. Are they the colors of magic that I'm seeing? Are they the familiar colors that I kind of see wisping around me? Jerry, I think it's happening. What you said, it's coming true. I'm gonna be the king
I look
of
towards
magic.
him. A brief moment of genius. Like I said, we'll be king of the wizards. My power supreme.
And I'm just kind of just waving my hands around and watching. It's like the winds are tangible and I can touch them. So it's like I'm just trying to feel these things that I've seen around me for so long.
York, did you lick that warp stone that we had? The orb? Did you lick it? Like Molly's genuinely concerned. This is what's happened.
No,
She's jealous.
I just cast this spell. The power's inside. The power's inside me all along.
Can you do the cheese trick now? Because that'd be really good against the rat.
Do I know a cheese trick all of a sudden?
Yeah. You feel like your mind is capable of anything. That you see the winds of magic as they permeate all of reality and can dip your hand into them as someone dips their hand into a creek.
Yeah, York reaches up and grabs one of these winds wisping by him, and he kind of crushes it into his hand, and he opens it up, and there's a piece of Edam laying there. I can do more than cheese. And then he flicks his finger and it toasts slightly.
Yeah, there's this surge of power as it comes through you. You hear the voice behind you. Very good, York. You are ready. And there's a chill that runs down York's spine. And ladies and gentlemen, That was a demigod roll. York.
Oh boy!
We'll have to work out what that means.
I think maybe Eamon finally got his wish.
Yeah. You're about to be a chaos spawn.
I'm all powerful.
This is fine. It's
Oh boy. We're all about to learn how power corrupts.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna abuse the fuck out of this.
oh my word.
Oh boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen. That seems like we've probably all got time for tonight, as we have turned York from simple runt man into a demigod over the course of one episode. Wow, that was eventful. I think we've all made some decisions we may come to regret. But yeah, holy shit. Thank you so much to Wobbit for making all of that crazy shit happen. He is back with a vengeance. So only madness lies ahead in the next couple of episodes of The Great Conspiracy. If you guys enjoyed tonight's show, let us know. If you haven't followed the show, hit the follow button. You can join us. There's no Star Trek tonight, so this is the last show of the evening for Encounter Roleplay. But man, what a session it was. Let's go around the cast and crew as we always do. So Jim, how was tonight's session?
Really good. We're building towards something. Not sure what it is yet, but we'll see. I like the big game changers for the Wild Magic Surge and the like. So it'll be fun to see what happens with York and to work it in. Doing good. Yeah. I am, of course, one half of WebDM, where you can find us on YouTube, making RPG advice and Dungeons & Dragons inspiration videos. We're also here on Twitch, where we're playing Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, or most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Some D&D and a little Invisible Sun as well. So go and check that out.
Fantastic stuff. And Charlie, how was that tonight for you?
Wow, what a session. I'm genuinely kind of sad that Ferris is no longer with us. We managed to keep him alive for a while, and I thought maybe he would survive our shenanigans, but what a dramatic battle, and the sad loss of our bear form, the Van. But he could rebuild, right? That's how engineering works. I had a blast, and I love how Wild Magic Surges get woven together. Shout out to Wobbit and Chat for all of their contributions to this game. It makes such a difference, and it makes such a fun adventure. And yeah, I am super excited for next week, and I'm really sad that there's a finale coming up in our near future. But yeah, so this weekend I am going to be at PAX Unplugged. There's no roll-up on Friday this week, but we are back next week, and we are doing Dark Matter by Mage Hand Press, and I have the lovely Pruitt joining me to explore rolling up characters in this wonderful space expansion. And in the meantime, check out my pinned tweet on Twitter. That shows my full schedule, and I'm doing all sorts of other things all over the place.
Awesome. Oh man, Cherry, how was that tonight?
I am excited to see what the fuck Mel just did to herself. Very, very intense though. I don't know where the hell I just sent myself. But having a blast. I'll be playing some GTA tonight over on Cherry the Bum on Twitch, and probably tomorrow. I'm off for the weekend, and then I'll be back all next week for this and many other things. So see you guys around.
Amazing stuff. Amazing. And Pruitt, how was that tonight for Van? Big episode.
Well, I mean, Gareth can bitch about Jim Davis killing his dogs, but at least Jim didn't make you kill your own father. So, just saying.
That is true.
So yeah, I mean, that was quite an interesting episode. Finally got to use my big bear form, and of course it was taken from me. So that's what happens. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with Van, because I mean, he's been waiting for his father this whole time, and well, now that's done. So we'll have to see next week. Hopefully he survives. And I like to think, Jim, I'm still holding that piece of bone that he killed him with. So maybe we can think about that for like the magic item we got at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just a thought. As he just walks off holding this fucking like piece of bone. And so, anyway, I'm the other half of WebDM. Check out our stuff. It's fun. Come see us at PAX Unplugged. We'll be there. We'll be running some games, playing some games. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Just have a big old fun, nerdy time. So, yeah, I can't wait till next week and get back to it.
Awesome. Oh, yes, and before I forget, there's a giveaway in chat for it. So the tabletop loot dice, so exclamation point loot in the chat to be in for a chance to win that. Amazing. And last and most least, Gareth, how was that tonight?
I am the king of fucking wizards. It's
It happened. Jerry said it, and it happened.
Exactly. You decreed it, and it was true. I was pretty fucking convinced I was going to die. There was it was all building up. There was a couple of little bits that Jim put in there that made me think I'm on the way out. So I wanted to take that one last chance to be a dick to Van, and I'm super fucking like Prue's a fucking amazing role player. I'm looking forward to how he turns happy, jolly, always smiling Van into someone that's just murdered his own father. That's going to be fucking amazing to watch. And yeah, like that viewer decision was fucking amazing. It's amazing to play with, and I'm super excited to see where it goes. I'm probably going to break some stuff for Jim, but we'll try and work our way through. As always, like fucking support Will. He's got a Patreon sub and do all that. Kerry and WebDM as well. Their stuff's fucking amazing. They've got a Patreon. I'm a sub of a Patreon of both these guys, so make sure you do it as well.
Awesome stuff. Well, what an episode that was today. I have decreed York king of the wizards, and Jerry will be the big brick, and we will all rule over Middenheim for the rest of eternity until we too are murdered by our own underlings. So, big episode. We made some like fucking big plays today, like some ballsy moves from all of the parties. So I am super excited to see where the next couple of episodes, and indeed the finale, will land us, because each I like the idea that each season of Warhammer is sort of this like vignette on a different aspect of the Warhammer world. So like super dark, serious, like this is what the witch hunters do, and they fuck everyone up, and then it's just like shenanigans in Middenheim where we make these the rest of the bosses that enter into the lore, I guess, the canon lore. So man, super excited for it. Absolutely love it. With a spum fountain, indeed. The implications to which are, let's say, dire. Let's pick that winner. Deutsch again. Deutsch is really good at winning all these dice. Congratulations, my friend.
Hey, Will, can I get like 30 more seconds?
Yeah, go.
I was going to say, in Middenheim, as all the rat men are running along the roofs, as Van's walking down the street, he comes to a pothole that maybe is full of water, and he looks at his reflection, and he takes that bone spike and cuts his beard and his hair off, and takes the oath as he says the words from far back in his memory, but he remembers the words his father said as he takes the Slayer's oath, and then walks into the night, naked as the day he was born.
Rock and fucking roll. Love it. Oh, it's only a matter of time.
Someone get on it. I need a naked dwarf, shaved.
Yeah, does he shave everything? He had a hairy butt.
I guess you'll have to wait until next week to find out. Here you go. We want more.
Camera just pans away at the last moment, just indeed. Oh man, well,
Not that.
what an episode. Cannot wait for the next one. Same time here next week, 4 o'clock Eastern every Wednesday. We've got Call of Cthulhu at 1 o'clock just before this, so it's always a fun-filled weekday of tabletop horror. So until next time, my friends, try not to roll too many nat ones, because we want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye! Frick 'em.